Has everybody had a chance to congratulate me? Let's see. Has everybody had time to congratulate me? We can start the stream now. Good. Good, good, good. It's great news. All right. What games y'all want to watch? LSU and Bama, Washington, Southern Cal. What do you want on the third TV? Let's see. Is it gonna be Alabama or LSU? Who's it gonna be? Is it gonna be Southern Cal or Washington? There you go. Get your votes in. The official Uncle Lou poll. Who wins, Gumps or Corn Dogs? Let me know. Kickoff coming up here in Tuscaloosa. Michigan and Purdue underway. Let's see what kind of cheating ass shit Michigan's going to do today. Boy. Hard to believe that nothing Michigan has done over the last 3 seasons matters at all. Unreal. Unreal. How y'all doing? Y'all ready to watch some football tonight? I hope the Alabama LSU game ends up being good. I hope we get a good one. We've had some great games today. Boy, the noontime slot was crazy today. You had 3 of those games all ending at the same time, all tied. 2 of them went to overtime. One of them missed a field goal at the end that would have gone to overtime. Kansas State, what were they thinking? Why didn't they kick the overtime instead of going for it on 4th down? I don't know. Just a crazy, crazy day in those noon games. Unbelievable. Just an unbelievable game. How's everybody doing, though? We're going to have a good time watching these games tonight. Please hit the thumbs up now at the start of the stream. That's a big help. And it takes little to no effort on your part. It's the easiest thing you can do to help me out. Hit that thumbs up. I really appreciate it. We're going to have a good time watching some football tonight. We're going to have a good time. Alabama, LSU, Washington, Southern Cal. Y'all just let me know what you want on the third TV over there, and we'll put something on the third TV. What's up, Broski, Bosco, Jarvis, Breakin', Thad, B. Puck, Chiquita, Ned Turner, Texas Man, Tim Skelton, Eric Odom, Just Speaking Facts, Green Eyes, Pastor Dave, Crazy Weather Dude, Dumb as Dummy. That could be almost any of you. Hell, it might be me. Jerome, Jim, Mick, Snake Spence, Mr. Goat, Eddie, Zeus. How y'all doing? Yeah, Georgia would have lost today if it wouldn't have been for Brock Bowers. There's no question about it. There's no denying it. If it wasn't for Brock Bowers, Georgia definitely would have lost to Missouri. Definitely would have lost to Missouri. What's up, Ken? What's up, Eric? Handyman, Tim Skelton, Caroline W., Sharice, Green Eyes, Barry Outdoors. Let's hope for some good games tonight. Let's hope for some good games tonight. Michigan and Purdue just started, but that game's irrelevant because all Michigan does is cheat. So nothing they've done over the last 3 years even matters. Alabama and LSU coming on here. Washington, Southern Cal will be on over there. Missouri was giving UJ misery for a moment there, says Jarvis. Good teams find a way to win, buddy. Good teams find a way to win without their best player. Write that down, Jarvis. If you're an Alabama fan or an Ohio State fan, write this down. Great teams find a way to win without their best player. Write that down. Study it. Memorize it. Learn it. Accept it. Embrace it. Yeah, Oklahoma embarrassed themselves. That's a great win for Oklahoma State. You know Oklahoma State is eating that shit up. That they're able to beat Oklahoma in the last season. They don't play after this year. You know, that game's going away because Oklahoma's doing in the SEC and they can't, you know, their feelings are hurt and they can't get together on scheduling a game. You know, so this is the last year we're going to see that game for a while. And for the quote-unquote little brother program to show up and beat Oklahoma when Oklahoma had everything on the line. But this knocks Oklahoma out of the Big 12 title picture, knocks them out of the playoff picture, and knocks them out of everything. Huge win for Oklahoma State, and a great game, too. A great game. Texas should have lost. Well, we don't know if they should have lost, but Kansas State should have kicked that field goal. No question. Kansas State should have kicked that field goal. Texas kicks a field goal in the first overtime. If you didn't watch the game, it went to overtime. Texas got the ball first. They kicked the field goal. Kansas State got the ball. Couldn't get a first down. But instead of kicking a field goal, which would have sent it to a second overtime, Kansas State went for it on fourth down, and it was just a disastrous play. Game over. Texas won. Bad decision, I think, there at the end of that one. Why don't I watch Georgia live on here? I have a Patreon page, and I put a poll up on Patreon every week, and they vote on what time slot they want me to stream. And they voted for the 3:30 slot this week, which happened to be when Georgia was playing. So I did stream the game, but it was on Patreon. But I don't make that decision. The people on Patreon vote every week. I have streamed several Georgia games on YouTube this week. It just depends what time slot they vote for over there on Patreon. This week they voted for the 3:30 time slot. So I literally just ended that stream about 5 minutes ago. Peyton, thank you for the super chat. He said, "Who have we played?" Georgia ain't playing nobody. Georgia ain't playing nobody. Eric says, "You wonder why I think it's a rivalry." Georgia-Missouri is not a rivalry. A game being close doesn't. I'm not even getting into that with you, Eric. You're the only person on planet Earth that thinks Georgia versus Missouri is a rivalry. Beans Supreme says, "What's up, Lou? Congrats on the win today. Florida fans doing the suck nut gump routine of talking about how Arkansas is the greatest 2-6 team of all time." Well, Arkansas was winless in the SEC. They're not very good, but they're better than Florida. Florida is an absolute disaster. They're going to have a losing record this year. It's going to be their third straight. Florida's not winning another game this year. Florida's 3 remaining games are LSU, Missouri, and Florida State. And Florida's going to lose all 3 of those. This will be their third straight losing season. If you look at Florida's schedule for next year, it's going to be worse than this year. So Florida's going to have 4 straight losing seasons after next year. They're in a hole that I don't know that they can dig out of. Trucking into USA, what's up, buddy? Good to see you in here. He says the wagon tipped over and this time it's burning. It only would have made it better if the Texas Shorthorn Weebacks would have lost as well. Yeah, I told people all week that Texas and Oklahoma both had a good chance of losing today. One of them did, one of them almost did. By Insanity says, "Did you hear that Michigan staffer tried to get with an underage girl?" Yeah, I did hear that. But Michigan fired him. I mean, I don't blame that on Michigan. I don't see what Michigan did wrong in that situation. I mean, they had somebody working in their athletic department that got caught trying to meet a 13-year-old girl. They immediately fired the guy. I mean, Michigan can't arrest him. I mean, Michigan, that's all you can do is fire the guy at that point. I don't really see how that's like Michigan's fault or whatever. Connor Stallions was going to be a sideline reporter, but he kept stealing the mic. Lou, aren't you a South Carolina fan? Yeah. Yeah, rough year for me. Rough year for me. You figured it out, man. You figured it out. All right. They're about to kick things off in Tuscaloosa. Also about to start Washington and Southern Cal over here. Miami NC State comes on at 8 o'clock. That might be worth keeping an eye on. Maybe we can put that on the third TV at 8. I've got the Michigan Purdue game on over here right now. but but since Michigan's been cheating for 2.5 years and they're getting ready to vacate all their wins whenever the NCAA wraps up their investigation in 2 years, Michigan's just irrelevant, not worth watching. So as soon as another game that's worth watching comes on, we'll turn Michigan off and put it on. But Alabama, LSU in the middle, Southern Cal, Washington set to kick off over here. Mr. Beware, thank you for the super chat. Banjo, thank you for the super chat. Buddy says Bedlam couldn't have gone to a better team. Sooners done tipped their wagon again. Yes, the refereeing was bad for both teams. Don't want to lose. 3, don't let Oklahoma State get 27 points. Don't forget to like, sub, and laugh at Oklahoma. The officiating in the Georgia-Missouri game was horrendous today, too. And it wasn't for or against any one team. There were multiple terrible calls against Missouri. There were multiple terrible calls against Georgia. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. These referees don't give a fuck about your team or my team. They're not for one team or against any other team. They're not being paid by this team or that team. They're just bad at their job. These college officials are bad at their job. That's just all it is. They're terrible. The overwhelming majority are just terrible at their job. Southern Cal has the ball first. They're at home against Washington. Washington's undefeated. Washington has not looked good the last couple of weeks, but they found a way to win. Southern Cal is reeling at 7-2. 2nd and 2 for Southern Cal, and I don't think they got it. They're going to be a little short. 3rd down coming up for the Trojans. LSU will be kicking off to start the game in Tuscaloosa. Alabama will get the ball first. I'll give you $5 for being a great Georgia fan, says Trading. Well, thank you, Trading. I appreciate you helping to support the channel tonight, man. We're going to have a good time watching these games. We're going to have a good time tonight. Jordan says, I take back what I said at the beginning of the year. The FIU game won't be as interesting as the Florida game was against the Hogs. Poor Florida, man. They are down so bad. They are down bad. Peyton, thank you for the super chat. Do you think Michigan should be eliminated from the playoffs due to cheating? I don't think the playoff committee should do anything to Michigan unless somebody else does something first. I don't think the playoff committee should be in charge of determining whether or not a team should be punished for something or not. That's not their role, in my opinion. Unless the Big Ten or the NCAA does something to Michigan, then I think the playoff committee should rank Michigan wherever they feel like Michigan should be ranked. Now, I do think the Big Ten should step in and do something to Michigan now. This whole waiting on the NCAA to investigate for 2 years, Michigan has been caught red-handed in the act, cheating in the present. Not a year ago, not 2 years ago, now, in real time. Jalen Mildew goes deep on 2nd and 7, pass incomplete intended for Jermaine Burton. 3rd and 7 coming up for Alabama. What Michigan has got caught doing is the most obvious, blatant cheating caught in real time that I've ever seen in 40 years of watching football. Now, we've seen lots of teams get caught cheating, but it's always something they did in the past. Buying a player or whatever. Michigan has got caught cheating in this season that we're in right now. Never mind last year and the year before. And I feel like the Big Ten should step in and do something, but I don't think they will. I just don't think they will. I don't have any faith in any of these people that are in charge to actually do the right thing. Steven Snyder, thank you for the super chat. Creeping Death says, is Pop Johnson okay? I don't know. He was on the sideline with his arm in a sling, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. Zeus, thank you for the super chat. Officials are good at their job, but their job is teaching third grade. Officiating is a hobby. That's a great point, Zeus. Billion-dollar TV contracts, and we can't hire full-time referees in college football. It's embarrassing, but you're absolutely right. These referees have regular jobs during the week. They're accountants. They're middle school science teachers. They bag your groceries at Walmart. And then on the weekends, they referee the biggest games on the planet. It doesn't make any sense. They're just terrible at their job. It's just, there's no other way to say it. Refereeing across the board in college football is horrendous. 2nd and 6 for the Gumps. Mildew back to throw. Steps up in the pocket, gets rid of it. Hit as he's thrown. Pass falls incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down for Alabama. Southern Cal with a good-looking drive to start the game. 1st and 5 in Washington territory. Caleb Williams going deep into the end zone. Just out of reach, incomplete. It's going to be 2nd and 5 for Southern Cal. They've got the ball around the Washington 35. There is a flag down on that play, too. 3rd and 6 coming up for Bama on their own 44-yard line. Mildew in a shotgun with 4 wide. Brings a man in motion. Snap. Mildew back to throw. Wow. They blew the play dead, and it's a good thing they did because Perkins was about to cut Mildew in half on a blitz. It's going to be a false start. LSU called a timeout before the snap. Jordan Sherrill, thank you for the super chat. He said, so, since we beat a conference team, does that mean the Hogs helmet goes up? Yes, it does. We'll fix all that on the Your Season is Over video tomorrow. Do all that on the Sunday video. Oh, there's usually like a 5-minute section of the Your Season is Over video towards the end of the video where we fix all the helmets from the day before. Grant Mann, thank you for the super chat. He says, can college football fans come together and elect refs that know what they're doing? Refs and government officials don't ever know what they're doing. That's a pretty good analogy, actually, because government officials are a lot like referees in that they don't know what they're doing and they're not good at their job. 2nd and 6, Southern Cal picks up about 5 yards on the ground. Going to be 3rd and about a yard coming up for the Trojans. First possession of the game, 10:51 to go. They're deep in Washington territory here. Close to the red zone. Close to the red zone. Tim says, I'm going to start playing the ref under the table like Alabama does. Yeah, well, I mean, that's just no one. They don't pay the refs. They're just bad at the job. 3rd and 1 for Southern Cal. Caleb Williams keeps. And he's going to pick up the 1st down. Should have been tackled for about a 2-yard loss. Got away from the Washington defender and picked up the 1st down. And now Southern Cal is in the red zone, 1st and 10. Momo, what's up, buddy? He says, good win for Georgia. Knowles looked flat without number 4. Who's that, Keon Coleman? Georgia didn't have Brock Bowers. So I'm pretty sure Florida State has other wide receivers they can put in the game. So. But yeah, Florida State did not look good against a terrible Pitt team. Pitt's just horrendous. Florida State did not look good. Lucky Chucky, good to see you in here. Brock Tony says, Lou, I'm done with Oklahoma. I broke my TV, so I guess we have something in common about breaking TVs. Venables isn't the guy. We aren't ready for the SEC. Uh-oh, that's bad news, Brock. Don't give up on Brent Venables. It's only your 2nd loss. This is still going to be an improvement over last season. So let's not get carried away with the fire of Brent Venables halfway through his 2nd season. 3rd and 6 for Alabama after the LSU timeout. They're on their own 44. Mildew back to throw. Under pressure, he's going to get sacked. Held the ball way too long. Down he goes. Loss of about 10. It's going to be 4th and 15. And the Gumps are going to have to punt it away on their first possession. Nothing doing for Alabama. 13 minutes to go in the first quarter. That was the first possession of the game. LSU will have the ball for the first time following this Alabama punt. Trucking in the USA says Michigan's starting to look like Penn State with Joe Potts getting ugly. At least they will say they had 2 straight wins against Ohio State. Well, they really didn't have 2 straight wins against Ohio State because all of Michigan's wins in 2021, 2022, and 2023 are going to end up being vacated 2 years from now after the NCAA finishes their investigation. So those wins against Ohio State will only count in the Michigan man's memory. As far as the books are concerned, or get scrubbed off, all of those wins are going to get vacated. Why is the Ohio State helmet upside down? Ohio State fan told me to turn it upside down today in the first half of that game, unless Ohio State scored 28 points or more, which I believe they did. So it'll get turned back the right way tomorrow. It was an Ohio State fan on Twitter told me to turn the Ohio State helmet upside down until they scored 28 points in a game. Why is the Ohio State... Oh, I just read that one. 1st and 10 for LSU. Jaden Daniels back to throw. Gets loose on 1st down and dives forward, gain of about 7. 2nd and 3 coming up now for the Corn Dog. Washington's going to get called for pass interference in the end zone here, so Southern Cal's going to have 1st and 10, or 1st and goal. 2nd and 3, LSU keeps it on the ground and picks up a 1st down, gain of 5. 1st down, Corn Dogs. Zeus says, get your own excuse, Florida State man. Ohio State owns, but this guy had a boo-boo excuse. Yeah, you got to find your own. Alabama and Ohio State are in charge of the but we had an injured player excuse. You're going to have to come up with a new one. That is true. 1st and goal for Southern Cal on the 2-yard line. Handoff. This is going to be a touchdown for Southern Cal. So Southern Cal takes the ball on the first possession of the game all the way down the field and scores, and they are up 7-0 early at home over Washington. Who have Georgia played? Woo. Is that my food? Okay, then. Did you check this time? Smart. Smart. Dinner's here. That means y'all get to watch me eat today. I know that excites y'all. I know y'all love it when I eat on stream. I really do try not to eat on stream, and if you watch my channel all the time, you know, like during the call-in shows or all those other shows, I'd never eat on stream. But on Saturdays, I pretty much live stream from 9 in the morning till midnight, so there's just no way around it. Jaden Daniels pass complete to a running back out in the flat. Picks up 4 or 5 yards on 1st down. That's going to make it 2nd and about 5 coming up now for LSU. What's for dinner? Chicken nachos today. Chicken nachos. 2nd and 4 for LSU. 4 wide. Pistol formation for Jaden Daniels. 10.5 minutes to go. No score. Alabama got the ball first. Punted it away. This is LSU's first possession. Ball on their own 48. 2nd and 4. Daniels. Hands off. And LSU's going to pick up a 1st down off left tackle. Needed 4. Gained about 6. 1st down LSU. Oh, Ma, you want to come and say hi to the people? Oh, you gotta say hi. Sometimes you gotta say hi, what are they doing? Sometimes you gotta ask them what they doing in there. Sometimes you gotta ask them what they doing. You wanna get in, kid? You wanna get down? Jaden Daniels going deep. Has a man. Touchdown, Corn Dogs. Neighbors with the touchdown. Neighbors has been on fire, too, lately. I think he's gone over 100 yards 3 or 4 games in a row. And somehow he got completely behind the Alabama defense. He was wide. I mean, there was nobody within 5 or 6 yards of him. Somebody got burned up bad. Oh, he just ran by him. Who is that number 13? What are you doing, dude? Boy, that number 13 got caught standing flat-footed, and Neighbors just ran right by him. Terrible defense by Alabama there. LSU's going to take an early lead. Boy. We're in trouble if Alabama loses this game. we're going to have to hear a whole nother 9 months about, well, they didn't put us in the playoffs, but, well, we would have been favored over this team, and we would have been favored over that team, and, oh, well, if we would have been in the playoffs, hey, win your games. Win your games, man. Stop it. Don't put us through that again, man. Please, Alabama fans, please don't do that again. Don't put us through that again like you did last year. Please don't. Please don't. But we would have been favored over. But we beat. Trucking, thank you for the super chat. He says, back in 2020, Harbaugh made a trip to Houston Astros team facility to learn how to steal signs. Rumor has it they told him about stallions. Oh, hell no. Thank you, Trucking. RR says, you having gump dogs or corn dogs tonight? Neither tonight. Chicken nachos today. Chicken nachos today. I had chicken wings for lunch. They were left. I had chicken wings for dinner last night, and I had a bunch left over, so I ate those for lunch today, and gonna eat some chicken nachos now for dinner. Great way to set the tone. Good defensive start and deep ball. Let's go. Jax Booney says, I picked LSU because of Daniels. Yeah, when two teams are close like this, it's only a 3-point spread and having a hard time picking one way or the other, I do that a lot too. I'll go with the team that I think has the better quarterback, and clearly that's LSU. Can we please start having a conversation between Malik Neighbors and Marvin Harrison? Well, Malik Neighbors, from a numbers standpoint, Malik Neighbors is blowing Marvin Harrison away. It's not even close. As far as who's a better wide receiver, it's Marvin Harrison. Marvin Harrison's the best wide receiver in the country. So Malik Neighbors is really, really good, and he's got better numbers than Marvin Harrison, but Marvin Harrison's the best wide receiver in the country. LSU kicks off after taking a 7-0 lead over Alabama, fielded at the 2, out to the 10, the 15, the 20, tackled just short of the 25, around the 24-yard line. 1st and 10 Alabama. This will be their second possession. Their first possession ended in a punt. LSU promptly went down the field and scored. LSU 7, Alabama 0 to score early in this one. Numbers don't lie. Neighbors is better than Marvin Harrison. No, the numbers are better. The numbers are better. He's not a better wide receiver than Marvin Harrison. He has better numbers than Marvin Harrison. Shotgun for Bama. 2 running backs. Mildew, play action pass, rolls to his right, hits the running back out in the flat, makes a man miss up the sideline. Good play for Alabama, picks up 15, 16 yards. 1st and 10, Gumpers. Boy, this is going to be good. I'm excited about it.
I know, we haven't had it in a while.
Boy, these chicken nachos are looking good. Truckin says, still will take Harrison, but Neighbors is definitely great, but Harrison has to deal with something called McCord. Yeah, Neighbors is elite. I'm not knocking Neighbors at all, but Marvin Harrison's the best wide receiver in college football. He doesn't have anywhere near the numbers that Neighbors has. He also doesn't have anywhere near the quarterback that Neighbors has. Man, Lou, did you see the game Brock Bowers had today? I did. Kicked a couple of field goals. Had a big 3rd down catch. He had 2 interceptions. Brock Bowers had 2 interceptions today. Empty backfield for Mildew, 5 wide. 2nd and 6, running for his life. Throws, no, pump fakes. and picks up the first down. Nice play by Jalen Mildew to make something happen there. Nowhere to go with the ball, which is surprising because LSU's secondary is a trash bag with a bunch of holes in it. But they somehow managed to cover the Alabama wide receivers on that play. Mildew had to take off running, but he picked up the first down. LSU might have the worst secondary in the country. So if Mildew can't throw against them, who can he throw against? Answer, nobody. Nobody.
Nobody knows.
First and 10, Bama in the red zone on the LSU 23. Mildew, shotgun, keeps it. Gets around the tackle. 10, 5, untouched into the end zone. Mildew with a 22-yard touchdown run. And we've got a tie ball game. Well, assuming the extra point is good. LSU 7, Alabama 6. Alabama goes right down the field and ties things up here. 7:14 to go in the first quarter. Good-looking drive by Alabama. Bama playing mad. Extra point good. Washington second and goal on the 3. Carries it down inside the 2. Third and goal coming up for Washington. Southern Cal's up 7-0 right now over Washington. 4 minutes to go in the first quarter of that one. 7:14 to go in Tuscaloosa. Alabama, LSU tied up 7 apiece. Good drive by Alabama there. Murder Ball, yeah. Murder Ball is back. The mayor of Evans, Georgia, eating his chicken nachos from Carolina Ale House. Nice. Well, number 1, Evans doesn't have a mayor. Number 2, I don't live in Evans. I used to live in Evans. Not anymore. Washington has scored, so we're going to have a tie game there, too. A run right up the gut from the 2-yard line. Here comes the extra point. This will tie things up at 7. Snap, hold, kick, and it's good. Washington 7, Southern Cal 7, 3.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Is it 8 o'clock yet? Yes, it is. Let's put, I don't know what y'all want me to put on this third TV. I was thinking maybe the Miami-NC State game. Let me tell you what's on. Y'all tell me. BYU at West Virginia. Purdue at Michigan. That doesn't matter. Michigan cheats. They're not even worth watching. Kansas at Iowa State. Kentucky at Mississippi State. Miami at NC State. Can we laugh at Miami? Let's find out. Maybe we can laugh at Miami today. Michigan is good. Yeah, Michigan is good, but they cheated to get there, so none of it matters. Austin Wolk, thank you for the super chat, buddy. He says, got a day job or full-time creator? Love the video. This is my day job, yeah. I do this full time. I've been doing it for, well, I've had the channel, I think, for 9 years. I've been doing it full time for about 5 years. 5 or 6 years.
Oh, yeah? Anything to drink?
Yes, I do. I don't care what, some kind of soda. Doesn't matter to me what. Oh, actually, no. How about that sweet tea you brought over here?
Okay.
Chapel Thrill Tar Heels says, we beat a can of soup today, 59-7. Go Tar Heels. Yeah, congratulations. Big win. Big win for the Tar Heels today. Lou, Crow Time, Gators lost. Poor coaching again. Austin, man, look, as a Georgia fan, it's like my duty to make fun of Florida and stuff like that. I'm going to be honest with you. Even I'm almost getting tired of it. Florida is bad, man. And I'm not trolling or being team asshole or saying that because I'm a Georgia guy or whatever. Florida is really bad, and it shows no signs of improving. I really don't think Billy Napier is a good coach. I don't think he is. This is going to be your third losing season in a row. You're going to have a losing season next year. Take a look at the schedule. This is about the most down Florida has been since before the Spurrier days. You know? Sharkold says both of these games have the potential to turn into track meets. I'm thinking at least over 70, maybe 80. Hashtag defense optional. Yeah, you're right. This Alabama game is interesting to me, though, because I feel like the more points get scored, like if this game gets into the 30s or 40s, I think that favors LSU. If it's a low-scoring game in the 20s, I think that favors Alabama. So it's going to be curious to see how that goes with the points. 1st and 10 for LSU on their own 49. Handoff this time on 1st and 10. Gains 3 or 4 yards. 2nd and about 6 coming up for LSU. All tied up 7 apiece. Same with Southern Cal and Washington. No score, Miami, NC State. They just started there. 12 and a half minutes to go in the first quarter in that. Come on. False start on LSU. That's going to back them up 5 yards. Took the girl to Reinhardt's and she loved it. Oh, good. Good. Thanks for the recommendation. Also, shout out to Bob's Tropical Fish in Augusta. Awesome little aquarium shop. Mitch, my brother worked at that Bob's Tropical Fish store for 15 years. I mean, from the time he was like 14 till the time he was almost 30, he worked at that place. Bob's has been around here forever. Yeah, my brother was there a long time. Maybe not 15 years, maybe 10 years, maybe from like 15 to 25. Pretty much his entire high school and college life. He worked there. And I'm glad y'all like Reinhardt's. We actually went there Thursday. We went there Thursday night. You know Sir UGA from the comment section maybe, but he was in town with his wife. And we went to eat there with them on Thursday. Andrew Aronin says, Jacob Eason Christ. Boy, that's a throwback to 2016 there. You've been around a long time if you know about that. You've been around a long time if you know about the Jacob Eason Christ. That was back in 2016. Truckin, thank you again for the super chat. He says, I think Brock Bowers wrapped up the Heisman Trophy today with that amazing performance. 2 interceptions, amazing pick where he gained 100 pounds on the sideline and came out, picked the ball off of a rushing touchdown and 2 passing touchdowns. Yeah, it really was an unbelievable performance by Brock Bowers today. Brian Kelly has more. Brent, I missed your comment earlier. I'm sorry. I'm seeing it now. Brian Kelly has more experience than Freeman, but I'm still glad he is gone. Notre Dame is going backwards. We need to open the checkbook like LSU and other teams do. Yes. I would agree with you on the going backwards part, too. Austin says, I respect that, Lou. I looked when it came out. He won't make it out next year with a job. He can recruit, sure, but wins count more. Ask Ron Zook, 7-5. Yeah, I think next year may be Napier's last year. A lot of people are talking about the Florida athletic director situation, and here's the deal. Napier's going to go the same time he goes. So there's a lot of Florida fans that want that athletic director fired. That's great. But whatever athletic director you bring in is going to want to pick his own football coach, and it's that person's name is not going to be Billy Napier. Crow time, your Sooners lost. Yeah. Yep. Oklahoma lost to their little brother today. What a shame. Georgia is cheaters. They filmed Ohio State practice in the playoff. Yeah, that's not true. I don't know where you've been. There are security cameras all over the Mercedes-Benz Dome. That camera was installed the day the Mercedes-Benz Stadium was built. So, another case of Ryan Day crying for no reason. But no, that wasn't a camera Georgia used to spy on Ohio State's practice. That was a camera that's been in the Mercedes-Benz Dome since the day Mercedes-Benz Dome was built. And there was 150 other cameras around the Mercedes-Benz Dome that look just like that. They're permanently built and installed into the stadium, dummy. Cry about something else. Liu Tang. I'm telling you, well, Liu Tang clan ain't nothing to fuck with. That's a fact. The Liu Tang clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Liu Tang clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Alabama's got man down. Like might have been grabbing his hamstring or something, maybe. Southern Cal with the ball back near midfield, going deep downfield, just out of reach, incomplete. 3rd and 8 coming up for Southern Cal. All tied up 7 apiece in that one. Still no score, Miami and NC State. Who was the black Georgia QB that was a disaster? Has some kind of head injury? Oh, Dewan Mathis. That was in 2020. That was the COVID year. Where's the Bama pacifier? It's right here. These are chicken nachos from one of our favorite restaurants in town. She went and picked them up. Lou, do you have Buffs winning tonight? Colorado? No, I can't pick Colorado. I got to go with Oregon State in that one. 3rd and 12. Jaden Daniels throws complete underneath, and he's going to be a little short of the first down. Couple of yards short, I think. 4th down coming up for LSU. Ryan Kelly has a history of making dumb coaching decisions in these spots.
This is a home game for Alabama, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fourth and 1. Here they go. Incomplete. Broken up by Malachi Moore. I think that's his name, Malachi Moore. Ryan Kelly shits himself again. This is how they lost to Florida State. This is how LSU lost to Florida State. Doing a whole bunch of dumb shit in the first half. AD hired McElwain, Mullen, Billy. Wouldn't you fire? Yeah. But what I'm saying is, you need to make sure you're done with Billy Napier before you fire that athletic director. Because whatever new athletic director you bring in is not going to want Billy Napier, is the point I was trying to make. I'm not saying you shouldn't fire the athletic director. 1st and 10. After that turnover on downs, short pass, complete out of the backfield, turns the corner and picks up 7 or 8 yards. 2nd down coming up for Alabama. 4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter, all tied up 7 apiece.
Did you take Alabama?
I picked LSU.
Oh, did you really? Uh-oh.
Second and 3. Mildew back to throw. Going deep. Has a man. He Joe Miltoned it. He Joe Miltoned it. He overthrew a wide open wide receiver 40 yards downfield. He Joe Miltoned it.
Overthrow Joe.
Overthrow Joe, dressed up like Jalen Mildew for Halloween. Look at this. Had him wide open.
We need to make that stick. He Miltoned it.
Toss sweep on 3rd and 3. First down, Bama. Picked up 5 yards. Needed 3, got 5. Keeps the drive alive. Still no score, Miami and NC State. Still tied up 7 apiece, Southern Cal and Washington. Washington's punting from their own 5-yard line. Well, they're on the 20, but the punter's standing at his own 5. Blocked. Southern Cal blocked the punt. Recovers it at the 8-yard line. First and goal, Southern Cal. First and goal, Southern Cal. Wow. Unreal. First and 10 for Alabama on the LSU 45. Handoff this time right up the middle. Finds a little crease, but not much room. Gains about 2 yards. 2nd and 8 coming up for Alabama now. Probably gonna need one eventually. Second and 8. Mildew over the middle, complete. Another first down. Needed 8, got 9. Just a little hook route right over the middle. First and 10, Bama. Southern Cal now first and goal on the 8. Both games tied at 7. Caleb Williams hands off, has a hole inside the 5, all the way down to the 1. Second and goal for Southern Cal now at the 1. First and 10, Bama on the LSU 34. Mildew back to throw. Going deep. Caught on a deep out route all the way down to the 13. Let's give Mildew some credit. That was a pretty good throw. You can't sit on Mildew when he's terrible if you're not going to give him credit when he does something right. And that was a pretty good throw there on a deep out route. Isaiah Bond makes the catch. Tackled right away. But a big gain for Alabama. And Southern Cal scored. So they're going to take the lead over Washington. First and 10, Alabama on the LSU 13 now. Shotgun, snap, handoff this time. No, Mildew keeps. Trying to get around right tackle. He does. Forced out of bounds, but not before he picked up 6 or 7 yards. Second and short coming up for Alabama. Second and 5 for Alabama on the 7-yard line. Mildew under center. Handoff. Close to a first down. I think he's going to be about a yard short, though. 3rd and about 1 coming up for Alabama just inside the 5. Under a minute to go now in the first quarter, all tied 7 apiece. Neon, thank you for the super chat, buddy. He says, if Georgia does it again this season, with the expectation for next year to beat the OU win streak record, it would be a smart to schedule OU for the record-breaking game in 2025 if UGA makes it that far. Well, once we go to a 12-team playoff, I mean, you always want to win all your games, but I don't think Georgia has any goals at all involving any type of win streak. I mean, really, the goal for Georgia right now is to lose 1 or less games and make the playoff. Next year, You want to lose 2 or less games and make the playoff. That's really the goal, I think. I mean, they want to win all their games, but not because of some streak. Austin Rogers, thank you for the super chat. He said, misunderstood. I agree 100%. Love the channel, Lou. Yeah. Yeah. Appreciate you helping to support the channel, Austin. I appreciate that. Florida's newest tradition, 3-year coaches. Yeah. They've had a string of bad coaching hires. And I don't care what kind of program you have or what kind of program you think you have. It's hard to overcome 3 bad coaching hires in a row. Truckin wants to know what's everyone's next excuse, because after today's wins, it's, oh, you struggled against a terrible Mizzou team. Oh, yeah. Lou, did you find a helmet casket? I need to find a helmet casket, though. A helmet casket? Who was I going to put in the helmet casket? I don't even remember.
Oh, my gosh.
Who was I going to put in the helmet casket? I don't remember. Florida?
Tennessee? Florida or Tennessee?
Mizzou is not terrible. Yeah, I agree with you. Who picked LSU to win? They can beat LSU, but not Saban? What? Who picked LSU to win? They can beat LSU, but not Saban. I'm not sure that makes any sense to me. LSU has the exact same defense as France in World War II. Yeah, LSU's defense is horrible. Really bad. Mildew reminds me of Tebow with how much I want to see him get laid out by a defender. What? No, LSU's defense is horrible. Everybody knows that. You didn't know that, Mr. Rogers? You didn't know LSU had a horrible defense? Have you watched any football this year? You know they've lost 2 games, right? Put the Florida helmet in the casket. Who's better, Ole Miss or Missouri? You know, I don't know who would. I don't know. I don't know. Ole Miss wasn't impressive today. They almost got beat by Texas A&M. So I'm not sure on that one who's better between those two. Where's Bama and LSU score on the scoreboard? Let's find it. There you go. How's that? Is that good? Maryland from 5-0 to 5-7. Yeah, that's horrendous. Horrendous. UJ sure looked great against powerhouse Mizzou, says Chapel Thrill Tar Heels. Yeah, they were ranked 12th. They were ranked 12th, but you want to tell us who you've lost to? North Carolina, man. Didn't you lose to Virginia? One of the worst Power 5 teams on the planet. That's a troll fail right there, buddy.
You tried, but you failed.
You have a Heisman level quarterback and can't beat Georgia Tech or North Carolina. I mean, what does that tell you? You don't claim Mr. Rogers. What's wrong with Mr. Rogers? I'm not going to tolerate any shit talking Mr. Rogers.
Don't y'all be shit talking Mr. Rogers now.
Mr. Rogers and Bob Ross are off limits around here. Mm-hmm. No shit talking Mr. Rogers or Bob Ross.
Y'all better be careful.
Miami has kicked a field goal to take a 3-0 lead over NC State. Get Octavian in here? Boy, Octavian's in shambles. BA's dump truck. Ah, damn. Ain't that something? CBS announcers were pro-Missouri. Yeah, it's weird. Every TV announcer hates everybody's team. I don't understand how that works. I guarantee you, if you talk to Missouri fans, they'll tell you the CBS announcers hated their team. Ask the Alabama fans in here. They'll tell you these CBS people hate them. And then you can ask LSU fans, they'll tell you the same thing. Everybody thinks every announcer hates their team. Iowa won 10-7. I told y'all to take the under. That was the lowest under I've ever seen on a college football game. The Iowa Northwestern over-under was 29. I didn't even think twice. Take the under. I mean, that was guaranteed money. May is better than any QB in UJ history, sir. Facts. I know that's not facts. Georgia has a quarterback that won the Heisman. You don't, dumbass. Georgia also has quarterbacks who have won Super Bowls. You don't, dumbass. I will send you a casket. I will ask my grandpappy to make you one. Of course, nothing fancy, just a wooden box like the prisoners get. You want a prisoner number or DOA written on it? God damn.
Jeez.
Southern Cal up 14-7, but Washington's got the ball in Southern Cal territory down around the 30. Bob Ross is that dude? Bob Ross is that dude. He might be the coolest person that ever lived. Paint, yeah, happy little trees. I don't think they hated Georgia, just a horrible officiating crew. Oh, the officials across the board in college football are just terrible at their job. Yeah, I agree with you there. 2nd and 5 for LSU. Jaden Daniels in the pocket. Tries to get loose. There he goes. First down and then some. 40, 35, 30. God, he ran around that Alabama defender like he wasn't even there. Wow. Big play by Jaden Daniels with his legs. That time picks up a first down for LSU. Gain of about 25. They almost got him in the pocket, but he got away, and then that was it. There wasn't nobody out there. And then whatever he did to that guy was criminal. That defensive back for Alabama, he made him look stupid. 1st and 10 at midfield. Jaden Daniels snaps, hands it off right up the gut, fighting forward for 2, maybe 3 yards. 2nd down coming up for LSU just across midfield in Alabama territory. Jalen Mildew. Second and 7 for the Corn Dogs, just across midfield. Washington had a wide receiver wide open in the end zone, and Penix overthrew it. Jaden Daniels back to throw, 2nd and 7. Dancing in the pocket. Slides to the right, throws. Wow. Complete. A laser beam to Neighbors, who makes a diving catch. 1st and 10 LSU. And they are on a roll here on this drive. Alabama only rushed 3 people. Jaden Daniels had all day. Made a ham sandwich, ate it. Got done, looked downfield, and hit Neighbors for about a 15, 20-yard gain. Down to the 26-yard line. 1st and 10 LSU. They're down 7, 14-7, Bama on top. Shotgun for Daniel. Snap, back to throw. Looking. Nearly intercepted. It was tipped at the line of scrimmage and almost intercepted, but falls incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up now. Why does Saban look like he got punched in the face by Mike Tyson? Because he's 80 and he's not sleeping well, huh?
Yeah, they got thin skin too, you know? You touch them and they bruise.
Who?
Old people.
Oh, yeah, old people, yeah. You can touch an old person, they bruise. But yeah, Saban doesn't get any sleep because his team is terrible. He's running out of time. I mean, he's 80. 2nd and 10 for LSU. Three wide receivers. Daniels in a shotgun. Snap. Hands it off right up the gut. I don't know why they keep running that play, because it's the same result every time, which is no gain. 3rd and 10 coming up for LSU now. Third and 10. On the 25. Snap. Daniels back to throw. Whoa, big hit. Down he goes. That didn't work. That's what worries me about Jaden Daniels. He takes a lot of unnecessary big hits, and he's a little bitty guy. This is why he didn't make it through the season last year. Look at this. I mean, they put him in reverse real quick. They put his ass in reverse quick. Nope, back up, dummy. Wow. 4th down. LSU going to have to kick a field goal now. Big play for NC State. All the way down to the Miami 36-yard line. 1st and 10. NC State, they're down 3-0 with 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Field goal kick is up. I think he pushed it to the right. Yep, no good. Pushed it to the right. Kick no good. Alabama 14, LSU 7. 11:21 to go in the second quarter. Washington scored and tied it up 14 apiece with Southern Cal. James Pete says, congrats on your big rivalry win, Lou. Yeah, that big Georgia versus Mizzou rivalry that everybody loves to talk about all year. No way that was your best joke, Truckin'. Come on. That was a good one, but it wasn't your best one. LSU kicker telling Clemson kicker to hold his beer. Is Clemson still having kicking problems? Georgia boy says, I hate LSU more than any other team. Wow. We might have to get a casket for Jaden Daniels. Yeah, he's really, really good, but he's undersized and he just takes way too many hits. Like, I haven't seen it in this game yet, but like there'll be times where he's running down the sideline and like he been done got the first down. And instead of stepping out of bounds, he gets trucked by a safety for no reason. He just takes a lot of bad hits. No, Gemini, and I was asking in the Patreon stream if anybody had watched any of that. How'd he do? I asked in the Patreon stream, but I never saw the answer. How'd he look? How'd he do? Miko for Tennessee. Kansas man down with bad injury. They're playing Iowa State, right? Breakfast taco? What about it? I don't eat Mexican breakfast. I don't.
I don't think I've ever had Mexican breakfast.
I don't eat Mexican breakfast. Nico looked pretty good. Mildew under pressure is going to get sacked on 1st and 10, loses a few yards. 2nd and long coming up for Alabama. Mildew does have a bad habit of holding on to that ball a little bit too long. I guess that's better than the alternative, which is throwing another interception. Oklahoma loss and Texas W. Perfect weekend, says Greenwood Envy. Yeah. Worked out good for Texas. Congrats on the streak, Lou. Thank you, Ryan. I'm wore out, man. Winning 26 games in a row is taking a toll on me. I'm wore out. I'm telling you, I'm not a spring chicken.
You're not.
I'm 45 years old. How do you think I feel winning 26 games in a row? I'm beat down, man. I've worked hard on these 26 games. Washington quarterback definitely going to win the Heisman. I don't know. I think Jaden Daniels has a chance, but he needs to have a big game tonight in this one, I think. But I think those are the two front runners, Michael Penix and Jaden Daniels. Milroe trying to beat Daniels, getting hit like that. Well, Milroe's a big dude. He can probably take a few more hits than Daniels can. Doesn't have anything to do with toughness or anything like that with Jaden Daniels. He's just a little bitty dude. 3rd and 8. Mildew rolls to his left. Throws complete. Jace McClellan down the sideline. Out of bounds inside the 30 at the 28. It looked like Mildew was about to do something really, really stupid. And instead he dumped it off to Jace McClellan, and McClellan took off running for 40 yards. Big play by Alabama that time. First and 10, Gumps. Inside the 30, referees blow this one dead. Flags come in from everywhere. Somebody moved early or was offsides or something. Touchdown, NC State. They're going to take the lead over the Miami Ducks.
Uh-oh.
NC State's going to take a lead over the Miami Ducks with 2:17 to go in the first quarter. Flag was on Alabama, so that's going to back them up. 1st and 15 now on the LSU 32. Empty backfield, 5 wide for Mildew. Back to throw. Going deep. Incomplete. Incomplete. 2nd and 15 coming up now for Alabama. Is Mildew still bad? Yeah, Mildew's not that good. He's not a good quarterback. Probably make a good tight end, but no, he's not a good quarterback. 2nd and 15 for the Gumps. Mildew on a quarterback draw. Picks up 5 or 6 yards. 3rd down coming up now for the Gumps. Truckin says, I had another comment. It was about the tombstone. That was what I was saying was my best joke. Ricky Bobby, thank you for the super chat. He says, just got back from that Flintstone 10-7 game at Wrigley. Low-key kind of mad that I went and didn't get to stay back for these other crazy games all day. But you did miss some great games today. 3rd and 7, Alabama tries to run a screen but fails miserably. Loses about 6 yards or so. It's going to be 4th and long coming up for Alabama. They're up 14-7 over LSU. Yeah, I forgot you had told us you were going to that Iowa Northwestern game. Boy, that had to be 10-7. I told you the under 29. Yeah, I feel bad, but it probably was cold there too. Field goal attempt for Alabama. And now they push one right. So LSU misses a field goal. Alabama comes out. Says, anything you can do bad, I can do better. And they go ahead and miss one too. Anything you can do bad, I can do better. I can do everything better than you. That's what happens when you get two bad teams playing each other, though, like LSU and Alabama, you know? They do bad things because they're bad teams. I was at a sports bar in Chicago and they subjected a whole sports bar to that 10-7 bullshit. They kept it on that game because multiple bettors were saying they had the under. Yeah. Under 29. Can you imagine that? A point total in college football of 29 and the under hit and it wasn't even close. 10-7. Wow. What size McNugget meal did the Iowa ticket come with? I think it comes with a free mental health evaluation. If you buy a Florida season ticket, then for free a 9-year-old girl will come out, laugh at you, and punch you in your face. I mean, that's just what they do. Bubba, thank you for the super chat, buddy. He says, hey, Lou, congrats on a 26 win. I'm excited we got the win today against Mizzou. It was sloppy, but we won. That's all that matters. Go Dogs. Yep, 26 straight. 26 straight. Jonathan Moxley, thank you for the super chat, buddy. He says, I work with a Miami fan. He's currently cursing. Yeah, probably punching the air, too, and screaming about how good Ed Reed used to be. That's all they want to talk about, the Miami fan. Ed Reed, 5 rings. ESPN did a 30 for 30 on us 25 years ago. Yeah, because you were relevant 25 years ago.
I thought Miami was back.
They think, well, they claim that every year. Neighbors with another catch picks up a first down across the 40 to the 41-yard line. LSU still down 7. Each team missed a field goal on their last possession. Pistol formation this time for LSU. 3 wide. Jaden Daniels going up talking to his line of scrimmage now. Now he's ready. Snap. He keeps on an RPO or a zone read, whatever it is. Picks up about 3, maybe 4 yards. Second down coming up now for LSU. Second and 5 for LSU. They're on their own 45. Pass complete across midfield for a first down to the Alabama 48-yard line. 1st and 10, LSU. Penn State, Michigan, over under 33.5. I'll take the over. Georgia was no good for 42 years. So you don't think anybody's any good unless they win a natty? I mean, because Georgia won all kinds of SEC titles, BCS games, New Year's Six games, playoff games, all that kind of stuff during that 42-year period. But if you're saying if you're saying there's only one good team a year, then yeah, Georgia wasn't good for 42 years. Other than that, you're just a fucking idiot. Basically. But I'd love to know what podunk piece of garbage college football team you cheer for. David Everett. Who's your team, David? Georgia's last loss was in the 2021 SEC championship game. Who do we want to win, USC or Washington? Well, I don't really root for anybody, but Washington losing would cause the most chaos. The U, Jesus Christ, David. You're a Miami fan and you're trying to talk shit about Georgia? What the fuck is wrong with you? 42 years. Miami went 90 years without winning a national title. So what are you talking about 42 years for? Jesus Christ. Don't you have like one bowl win this century? I mean, you've been in the ACC for 20 years and you can't win it, man. Don't even talk to me. Holy shit. Ah, damn, man. Take that Ed Reed poster down off your wall, man. The glory days are over. Golly. Get a stadium, too. Your own stadium. Quit borrowing one from the Dolphins. Miami players have to Uber to home games, man. Miami's so bad, it's not even fun making fun of them anymore. They've been bad for so long. They've been bad worse than Tennessee. Let that sink in. Miami's been bad longer than Tennessee. That's hard to believe. Damn. Why don't you take a knee, David? Why don't you take a knee, buddy? The Miami Ducks are a fucking disgrace, man. And guess what? Uh-oh, big play by Washington. 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown Washington. About a 50-yard touchdown run by the Huskies is going to tie things up at 21 in that one. First and goal now for the Corn Dogs. Hey, David, did you know that Miami's losing to NC State right now? Georgia's won 26 in a row. Miami's won 0 in a row. Why are you always talking about Tennessee when you're talking about another team? Shaking my head. Well, for one, it's just easy to do because they've been so bad for so long and there's just an endless amount of material when it comes to clowning Tennessee. Number two, it makes their fans mad like you. So, but everybody thinks I just clown their team. I clown every team. When Georgia loses, I clown them. Tennessee puts the best players in the NFL from the SEC. According to who? Uncle Lou, would you rather play Alabama or LSU in the SEC championship? I don't have a preference. Tennessee went like 5 years and didn't put anybody in the NFL draft from like 2015 to 2020? They didn't put a single player in the NFL draft. Or 2015 to 2017 to 2020, something like that. Not mad at all. Yeah, I can tell how not mad you are. I'd be mad too if my team hadn't won the SEC since last century. Miami fans don't even know that kind of pain. At least Miami did something in 2001 or 2002, whatever it was. They won a conference title. Tennessee hasn't won a conference title since last century. I had a beeper the last time Tennessee mattered. Lou, David is sports dude that got voted out of the Patreon. I'm 99.99% sure on that. AB just did that. Thank you for the super chat. Rumor is Miami man's parents still take them to their games. That's just a rumor. That's not true. Nobody goes to Miami games. Nobody. You look at them, you get an aerial view of a Miami home game. There's like 9 people there. Can you flip the Gator helmet over until we go 4-4 minimum in the SEC? I can't do that, Austin. I don't like flipping the helmets over when they might be flipped over for years. To me, it's more fun when we flip them over if it's something they can realistically at least try to accomplish this season. 3rd and 2 for Miami. Can they score? Can they score? Maybe. Maybe. I was 6th the last time Tennessee won a conference championship. Wow. It's funny how Oklahoma lost to the 2 teams they beat last year, Kansas and Oklahoma State. I'm going to have to call in on the show Tuesday. I have a lot to say. Yeah, that's bad. And now you don't get a chance to avenge that loss either. So, especially for people that live in Oklahoma, Oklahoma State fans are going to have that over your head for years to come because that game's not being played anymore. So that was a bad one to lose. LSU is tied with Alabama 14-14 in the second quarter. That can't be true. Yep, it's true. It's true. Trucking into USA, thank you, buddy. He says, I was in elementary school when Tennessee was good and the internet was only a couple years old. Yeah, that was back when you had landline phones, like house phones, and your modem was like the size of a shoebox, and you'd literally have to take your phone off the hook, dial some weird number, set it down on top of your modem, and your phone would literally beep at your modem. That's how you got internet, so you could play Oregon Trail. 21 apiece, Washington and Southern Cal. 6:40 to go in the second quarter. Caleb Williams with a quarterback keeper gains about 15 yards before stepping out of bounds. First down, Southern Cal. Mildew with a toss sweep, trying to get to the outside. Nowhere to go. Good defense by LSU. Shut that down for no gain. 2nd and 10 coming up now for Alabama. I was in elementary. Oh, wait, I think we read that one. Yeah, we read all those. My Oregon Ducks won, but I think the Ducks can hold USC to 20 next week. What was the final score of that one, Jesse? Because I quit. I saw at halftime or second quarter or something. Oregon was only up 14-10. Did they pull away, or what was the final score of that one? Does anybody know? Oregon and Cal. Luke, can you flip the Georgia helmet over until they win a game by 35? So you want me to wait till the national title game? 56-19. Wow, okay, they rolled. They rolled. I think Oregon's one of the best teams in the country. I think they're probably one of the best 3 teams in the country. Wow, big play, Alabama. All the way down inside the 35 to the 32-yard line. That was a good throw by Mildew, too. That was one he had to put some touch on, and look, he managed to do it. That was a good throw. Good throw by Mildew. 1st and 10 for Alabama. Mildew going to take off running this time. Steps out of bounds after about a 5-yard gain. 2nd and 5 coming up for Alabama. Southern Cal, 1st and 10 across midfield at the 46. Caleb Williams back to throw. Complete on a hook. Picks up about 6 yards down to the 40. 2nd and 4 coming up for Southern Cal. 21 apiece. USC and Washington. More surprising, Ole Miss close call or South Carolina? Actually, to me, the Ole Miss was more of a surprise because Texas A&M's terrible, and I thought Ole Miss was really good. Maybe they are, just had a bad game. What a play by the LSU secondary to knock that thing down. I thought that was going to be 6 points for sure because LSU's secondary is so bad. But who is that? Burns? Burns made a hell of a play here to knock that thing down. What was the question? Ole Miss? Yeah, I kind of thought South Carolina might lose, to be honest with you. So I was more surprised Ole Miss struggled like they did with Texas A&M than I was South Carolina and Jacksonville State. Mildew almost threw a pick to LSU. Yeah, in the end zone. That's Mildew's favorite thing to do. Throw an interception in the end zone. Yeah, Southern Cal just hit a bomb to a wide open wide receiver. They're now going to go up 28-21. Absolute track meet in this one here, Southern Cal and Washington. Just no defense at all. 4 minutes to go in the second quarter, and we're about to be at 49 points total scored already. That game might go over 100. I don't know why they wouldn't just combine Bedlam as a non-con game. Well, there's feelings involved. Oklahoma State is mad that they're getting left behind by Oklahoma. So, you know how that goes. It's just, but it is ridiculous. They 100% could keep playing if they really wanted to. There are plenty of SEC teams that have a non-conference in-state rival that they play every year. No problem. Georgia plays Georgia Tech. Florida plays Florida State. Clemson plays South Carolina. Louisville plays Kentucky. I mean, if Oklahoma and Oklahoma State really wanted to play, they could find a way to do it. But instead, they want to sit around pointing fingers at each other and calling each other names. And so the loser is the rest of us, college football fans, that we don't get to see that game anymore. That's the loser, us. It's the same thing that happened with Texas. It's the same thing that happened with Texas and Texas A&M. Neither side wants to give in or admit they were wrong about anything, so they just quit playing. If Michigan ever played Miami, I know one person that would be in the stands the week before. Yeah, Connor Stallions. Why did Elijah Drinkwitz just give up at the end? I didn't notice him giving up at the end. What do you mean? FSU is hands down the best team in the country right now. What? You must not have watched 1 second of their game today. FSU's the best team in the country. Why? They looked bad for most of the game against a 2-win Pitt team. Truckin', thank you for the super chat, buddy. He says, Bill Clinton was still president. George Bush owned the Texas Rangers. Steve Spurrier was still at Florida, and my grandma still hadn't changed her smoke alarm. It's been a long time, folks. That smoke alarm is becoming the best, longest running joke on this channel. The smoke alarm joke. We're losing a lot of what makes the sport great after this year, says Crow King. FSU didn't have 5 wide receivers, Coleman or Wilson. What? It's November, man. Everybody's got hurt players. Everybody's without somebody, man. Come on. Florida State didn't have 5 players. I think if Uncle Lou said mildew to his face, Uncle Lou will be knocked out. Bo Nick's out here trying to hustle somebody. He wasn't good in the SEC. Took himself to a place where there is no defense, looking like a Heisman candidate. From watching that Georgia game, all Missouri was doing was throwing back shoulder throws. Well, at the end of the game, that last drive, yeah, they threw 3 of those back shoulder throws in a row. One of them worked. The other 2 didn't, but that's not all they did the whole game, though. But that one, I know the possession you're talking about there towards the end of the 4th quarter. Yeah, they threw 3 in a row. Mildew takes off running. Picks up a first down, 3rd and 11, and Mildew picks it up with his legs. First down, Gumps. Brent Decant says Michigan should not be allowed to play in the playoffs. Well, that's up to the Big Ten Conference. Or Ohio State. If Ohio State could always just beat them on the field. But other than that, it's up to the Big Ten Conference to step in and do something. But I just don't think the Big Ten Conference has got the balls to do it. I think they should, but I don't think they will. 1st and 10 for Alabama on the LSU 22. Mildew back to throw. Going to take off running again. No, now he throws a mile over the head of a wide open wide receiver who would have walked into the end zone. Not good by Mildew there. Not good there. Lou, is it true, though, that you'd wear Tennessee orange for him? For who? Not sure who you're asking about there, but Truckin' says, no. FSU fan, only Bama and OSU get to use the injury excuse. Yeah, Bama and Ohio State have the market cornered on the injury excuse. Octavian perished in an electrical fire.
Oh, don't say that.
Come on, man. Stop it. Octavian won't disappear. I guarantee you he calls into the call-in show on Tuesday. 2nd and 10 for NC State. If you're wondering if Miami scored when we were talking about it earlier, the answer is no. They had to settle for a field goal even though they had the ball inside the 5-yard line in that. Michigan is going to win the chip, and I'm going to build a dam for all those tears from fans everywhere. Well, if Michigan wins the national title, it's just going to be taken away in 2 years, but along with the rest of the wins they've had over the last 2.5 years. Touchdown, Alabama. Mildew takes off running, untouched into the end zone. Alabama retakes the lead. Track meet game underway in Tuscaloosa. 21-14. Alabama up with 1:01 to go in the second quarter. Miles Long, Mildew at it again. He has been infected by Overthrow Joe. Yeah, he better just run the ball every time. That's what I would do if I was him. Milroe Heisman front runner. What? You have to be trolling. You have to be trolling. Mildew hasn't been able to run like this all year. Just shows how bad LSU's defense is. Yeah, this LSU's defense doesn't even exist. Fresno or Boise? I'll take Fresno. Lou, are you going to Knox for the Tennessee, Georgia? No, I work every Saturday. SEC refs love Georgia and hate Tennessee. Yeah, right. You know who hates Tennessee? High school recruits. That's the only group of people I can think of that hates Tennessee. High school recruits. Mr. Norman Jackson says Texas fight winning 2 games with a redshirt backup quarterback. Yeah. Well, Georgia won a national title with a walk-on backup quarterback, but yeah, I am proud of Texas for beating Kansas State today. After we slap Miami around next week, UGA fans going to start taking FSU serious. Same fans who claimed this LSU team was going to kill us. Why would anybody that doesn't take Florida State seriously now, is it going to change their mind because you beat Miami? So, yeah, Mildew is running today. I was asking all week where that's been all year because the Bama fans told me he was going to rush for 1,000 yards this year. At this rate, he might not rush for 1,000 yards in his career. Yeah, Lou, I'm done. Comments have lost their mind. Mildew Heisman. I will give up my 401k if he is even top 50 in Heisman. Well, I don't know. He might be in the top 50 somewhere, but he's not winning the Heisman. Nobody seriously thinks that. He had to be trolling when he said that. Milroe has all the touchdowns, says Mr. Rogers. Well, you know what that means for the Alabama man. If Milroe gets hurt, you know what that means. They can't win a game. A little shovel pass for LSU. Didn't really work. Picked up about a yard. That's it. Yeah, you're right, Lou. UJ is allowed to struggle against South Carolina and Auburn, but we beat Pitt by 3 scores and we struggled. No, I'm not talking about the Pitt game. I'm talking about beating Boston College by 2, having to go to overtime to beat Clemson. That was pretty bad. The LSU win you have is good. That's the only good win you have, though. That's it. Pat McAfee said Mildew was going to put himself in the Heisman race. Well, if Pat McAfee said it, next week Pat McAfee will say something you disagree with and you'll tell me he's the dumbest person on the planet. If bad defense were bricks, LSU would have their own project, says Georgia Boy. I think Bama doesn't run Mildew more to preserve his health for games like this. I don't know. He's a big old guy. I would think he could take a beating. 3rd and 9 for Jaden Daniels. Back to throw. Now he's going to take off running. And he picks up the first down and then some across midfield. 40.
Oh, shit.
Slung down like a rag doll. This is what I'm talking about with Jaden Daniels. He weighs like 150 pounds. Watch how they just sling him around like a rag doll here. I mean, looks like he's going to get killed. He's going to get killed. I don't think... Was that a horse collar? I don't know, maybe. I didn't think it was in real time. Snap infraction on LSU, whatever that is. I didn't think it was a horse collar in real time. Maybe if I saw a replay, I'd change my mind, but it didn't look like a horse collar to me at the time. It looked like he just grabbed him by his arms and slung him around like a rag doll because he weighs 110 pounds. Jamon Dumas Johnson fractured his left forearm. Can he play with that? I'm seriously asking. I've seen people play with their arms wrapped up with a club like that. Can he play with that or no? Jesus Christ, every time that young man is touched, I worry about his safety. Yeah, that was bad. And well, I think what made it look so bad is he got slung into another player too. But he's lucky he didn't hit the back of his head on something or something, you know, in like a concussion situation. 1st and 15 for the Corn Dogs on the Bama 39. Daniels in the pocket, looking, steps up. Now he's going to run again. Another big gain. 10, 20, inside the 15 to the 10, out of bounds at the 10-yard line. About a 40-yard play. There's a flag down, though. They're going to get LSU for some kind of holding at the end of this play, maybe. And Arnold is down on the play for Alabama, too. Yeah, it's going to be maybe a block in the back here on LSU, I think. Yeah. Illegal block on LSU is going to back them up. Your season is over, Sooners. Ha, 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 ha. And poor Aggie, man. Thank you, Norman Jackson. Yeah, and Oklahoma season is over for real, not just for video purposes. I mean, that was their second loss. They're pretty much done in the Big 12 and definitely done in the playoffs. You can't make the playoffs if you lose to 2 Kansas teams in 1 year. Sorry. If you lose to 2 Kansas teams in 1 year, you're not getting into play. You're just not a playoff team. You wonder how he survives in the NFL if Richardson is getting put on the IR. Yeah, he's just so small. But look, he's tough as fucking nails because that guy, I'm serious, he doesn't slide. He doesn't run out of bounds when he's on the sideline. He takes so many hits. I mean, but like last year, he ended up not being able to make it through the season. So like it's fun to watch. It's exciting. He's one of the most exciting players to watch in all of football, but Jesus, he takes a beating. A beating. Michigan sucks sweaty balls, so do their fans for making excuses for cheating on the field to beat bad teams, says Brett DeCant. Brent DeCant. 1st and 1 somehow for LSU. Never seen that before, but it's 1st and 1. And touchdown LSU. That was weird. Some kind of weird penalty against LSU resulted in them having the ball 1st and 1. And instead of just getting a yard, they went ahead and threw a touchdown pass. Kyron Lacey on the receiving end of that Jaden Daniels touchdown. Wow. That's big to score there, too, at the end of the half for LSU. Miles Garnto says, I live right here in Augusta and I love your show. Go Dogs. Yeah, shout out to my Augusta people. I'm Augusta born and raised. Shout out Westside High School. Blue Funk. Blue Funk. Huh? You don't know nothing about it. Sit over there, Columbia County ass. You don't know nothing about no West Side. You might as well sit your ass right down over there.
Right, I don't.
Blue Funk.
I'll have to ask Jonas about that.
Octavian didn't call in the high top either. He's hurt. Well, he's probably emotionally hurt, yeah. Thank y'all for the super chats. Trucking into USA says, you wonder how he survives in the NFL. Okay, I'm caught up now, I think. Say something nasty about Michigan turns me on, says Alex. I don't know anything nasty to say about him. I mean, just telling the truth isn't really nasty. They've been cheating for 2.5 years. and they got caught. Miles says, in your honest opinion, with everything that we've seen, who do you think wins, Georgia versus Ohio State? I think Georgia would beat Ohio State. Ohio State needs to do something offensively. Whatever they're doing is not working. Now, their defense is legit. They've got a really good defense. But their offense just looks disjointed. What a huge play for Washington. Score right before the half. Now huge in a close game. Yeah, 28 apiece. Washington and Southern Cal. 30 seconds to go till halftime. 21 apiece, LSU and Bama. 2 seconds to go till halftime. So at halftime, I'm going to take about a 10-minute break, too. I'm not going to end the stream. But for those of you who have watched games with me before, at halftime, I'm just going to put this picture up on the screen that says I'll be back at the start of the third quarter. But I've been live streaming since like 9 o'clock this morning. So, again, I'm not going to stop the stream or anything. The stream will keep running. But I'm just going to put this picture up for about 10 minutes while it's halftime. And I'll be back before the start of the third quarter, which this will be the last play here. Mildew back to throw. 0 seconds left on the clock. Scrambles out to his right. Takes off running. Flag down on the play. Washington scores. They're going to take the lead right before halftime. Penalty declined in the Alabama game, so it is halftime with your score LSU 21, Bama 21. All right, I'm going to take about a 10-minute break, and I'll be back at the start of the third quarter. I'll see y'all back here in about 10 minutes.
1-1. Pitch misses up, and now 2 balls and a strike. Worth walked in the first. That's when the Phillies loaded the bases for Ibanez, who had the count in his favor, eventually grounded out.
When? With 24/7 emergency roadside service, it's easy to Geico.
Fresh called pepper? Yes, please.
Patrick Herbert in there. Oh, that's not Herbert. Nix rolls out. Has a wide open net for the touchdown. So there's Ferguson getting the payoff.
Stone threat. See the tight end just working his way, just finds himself wide open there on the over route.
With 2 out. Off the end of the bat.
Oh, sorry. I forgot to turn the mute off. Sorry. Well, welcome back. Sorry about that. I forgot to turn mute off on the, I forgot to unmute the mic. LSU got the ball to start the second half. It is now 3rd and 6, their first possession. They're on their own 29-yard line. All tied up 21 apiece was the halftime score. Empty backfield now on 3rd and 6, 5 wide for Jaden Daniels. Back to throw. Steps up, complete. Good for a first down and then some across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Neighbors again with the catch.
To just withstand them sometimes.
Oh, like a dam. I thought you were using the word differently. Right, left his feet.
Might be ESPN.
The turf.
Sorry.
To just withstand.
ESPN is pulled up for the scores, and sometimes they automatically start playing audio for no reason. I fixed it. ESPN will randomly play a highlight video for no fucking reason. First down play gains nothing for LSU. 2nd and 10 now. Daniels back to throw. Now wants to run. Gets to the corner across midfield. Picks up the first down and ducks out of bounds. Smart, wisely ducks out of bounds, avoiding an unnecessary hit. Another first down for LSU. They are already in Alabama territory, too, on the 44. All tied up 21 apiece here. 13 minutes to go in the third. Four wide this time. Daniels in a shotgun with a running back next to him. Running back changes sides. Snap, back to throw. Deep, down the sideline. Caught, but was he in bounds? Caught by Neighbors, and they say he's in bounds too. What a catch. Great throw, an even better catch. Wow. He did get his foot in bounds. Unbelievable catch there. Neighbors again down the sideline. It looked like his foot was going to come out of bounds, but no. Inbounds. 1st and 10 in the red zone on the 13. A handoff this time. Spins away from one tackler down inside the 10 to the 9. Picks up 3 or 4 yards. 2nd down coming up for the Corn Dog. Lou, deal with this Tennessee wrench. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. First down, LSU at the 2-yard line. 1st and goal. Touchdown LSU. That didn't take long. These two teams picked up right where they left off in the first half, which is all offense, no defense at all. These two teams' defenses. If you combine these two teams, I don't think you'd have one good defense. I don't think you'd have one good defense if you combine both of these teams. Georgia playing what? I missed that one. What would cost more money, firing Jimbo or buying USC a defense? And did you catch A.D. Mitchell today? 8 catches, 149 yards. Yeah, I was posting about A.D. Mitchell on Twitter and Facebook. That guy's an absolute beast, man. I hated to lose him. I hated to lose him. Alabama getting carved up like a pumpkin on Halloween. Yeah, defense optional in this game here. I think if you combined LSU and Alabama's defense, I don't know if you'd have one good defense. You probably wouldn't. Probably wouldn't. If you can't hear me, turn the volume up on your phone. Austin LeBeau, we haven't lost yet, says Neo. We haven't lost yet today. You have lost this season. Great game shaping up in Tuscaloosa. Yeah. Lou, help please, LOL. I don't know what type of help you need. I'll help you if I can, but I don't know what kind of help you might need. Jaden Daniels is going to have 600 yards of total offense. Yeah, he's over 300, well over 300 already. Well over 300. That one Vol fan Lou hates, he stopped when you came back. Stopped what? Smack talk is smack talk. Viva la smack talk, says Paul. Lou, let's be honest, LSU would put 35 plus points on UGA. I don't know that. I don't know. Imagine being a Florida fan, straight poverty. Yeah. Yeah. The Florida fans are down. Their program is down. They're in rough shape. They're in rough shape. Somebody was timing people out for no reason. All right, I'll take care of it. Lou, how are you enjoying the game so far? So far, so good. Both of these games are good. Second half underway. Southern Cal and Washington. Washington up 35-28 at halftime in that one. You could probably combine all four of these teams' defenses and not have one good defense. I have not seen Octavian today, Billy. I have not seen him today. Alabama with a nice return on that kickoff. Yeah, good games going on. Good games. Y'all hit the thumbs up if you hadn't already. Almost 600 people in here. These are great games. Hell, even the NC State-Miami game is close. But one possession games here with Southern Cal, Washington, and Alabama, LSU. And both of those games, of course, have playoff implications. Washington undefeated, ranked 5th at 8-0. Alabama in the top 10 with just one loss. LSU on the outside looking in already with 2 losses, but still a big game for them. 1st and 10 Alabama on their own 30. Mildew rolls out. He's going to keep it. Picks up 5, maybe 6 yards. 2nd and 5 coming up for Alabama. Love the sweatshirt, Lou. Thanks, Dale. It's sweatshirt season. Dogs want Bama, woo. It's only fitting for Dogs to send Saban to his final Florida retirement home for good. Yeah, it doesn't matter to me who Georgia plays in the SEC title game. Mel Brew, thank you for the super chat. Best defensive backfield in UJ history saved our ass tonight. Mizzou played their butts off, though. Billy Boy says that one Vol fan Lou hates, he stopped when you came back. Lou, please help. Mr. Norm Jackson says, oh, we read that one, would cost more. Firing Jimbo would cost an arm and a leg, though. $75 million on that. Thank you, Dogs. A.D. Mitchell, 29 yard, 427. Average 14.7 TDs, 7. Alabama with a big play down the sideline. You wonder how he survives in the NFL. Richardson getting hit. Yeah, okay, we read that one. Your honest opinion with everything that we've seen, who do you think wins, Georgia versus Ohio State? Yeah, I think Georgia would beat Ohio State. They've got major offensive issues. I don't think they're a complete enough team to beat Georgia. FSU got bailed out by refs and stays alive in their easy ACC slate of a schedule, says Eat Chew Review. USC down 35-28. Yeah, I got that one on right over here. Washington 35, Southern Cal 28. Colorado and what? Colorado and Oregon State come on. I think, is that at 10 or 10:30? Probably put that game on over here and turn the Miami game off when the Colorado game comes on. J.J. McCarthy is looking off. Still no picks. What, no interceptions for J.J. McCarthy? 1st and 10, pass complete by Michael Penix for a gain of 8 up across the 40. 2nd and 10 for Alabama, empty backfield for Jalen Mildew. Bama's on their own 49. Mildew back to throw, batted down at the line of scrimmage, incomplete. 3rd down coming up. I don't know if y'all watched my halftime video, but my thoughts heading into the second half here are the more points that get scored in this game, I think that benefits LSU. If this thing keeps going like it went in the first half, I think LSU will win. The reason is I trust LSU's offense more to hold up like that over the course of an entire game than I do Alabama's, even though LSU's defense is terrible. If they can keep the game somehow in the 20s or low 30s, I think that would be better for Bama. Doesn't mean Bama can't win if it gets into the 40s. I just feel like the more high scoring it is, that works in LSU's favor. Can you scroll the scoreboard so we can see Southern Cal? There you go. I think that fixed it for you. 1st and 10 for Alabama in LSU territory now. They're going to hand it off this time right up the gut. Picks up 8 yards. I thought, was that Binky Williams? Binky Williams there. Shout out Binky Williams. Second and 2 now for Alabama. Another handoff. And Binky Williams again picks up another 7 or 8 yards. Good for a 1st down. Moves the sticks for Bama. Southern Cal 2nd down and 10. They're down 35-28. They've got the ball on their own 20. Caleb Williams in a shotgun. 3 wide receivers, a tight end, and a running back standing next to him in a shotgun. Snap. Play action pass. Caleb Williams steps up. Throws complete. Binky Williams again, and a touchdown Alabama. The Binky Williams show on that drive, and Alabama ties it up again. So halfway through the 3rd quarter, each team has had the ball once. And each team has scored a touchdown. There's absolutely no defense in this game at all. No defense at all. Sorry, I'm late, Lou. Enjoyed your Patreon stream earlier, but just now I was able to tune into the YouTube. Obviously not a defense in sight. You're right about that, Matt Dog. You are right about that. Appreciate you hanging out, buddy. OU fans told me all week my Pokes were going to lose, and we beat the Gooners. And why do all these FSU fans need to be patted on the back and told how good they are? Reminded me of Tennessee last year. You're exactly right about that, AJP. Florida State fans are this year's Tennessee fans. You are 100% accurate with that. 100% accurate with that. 2nd and 8 for Southern Cal now. In Washington territory. Play action pass. Caleb Williams looking, running for his life now. Gets away. Cuts it upfield and somehow picks up a 1st down. Unbelievable play there by Caleb Williams to turn a 15-yard loss into about a 12-yard gain. How did he get away from this one right here? Wow. Then jukes out a fat boy there. That's not hard to do. Steps out of bounds after a gain of 12. 1st and 10, Southern Cal on the Washington 34-yard line. They're down 7 with 9:20 to go in the third quarter. Lou, you need some new contacts. Why? Why? I got a whole drawer full of new contacts. What you want me to do with them? All them Bama gals are hot. You can tell they're related. Oh, damn. That might be true. Can I get a 5-star dummy for the Michigan fans out there? Well, not all Michigan fans are 5-star dummies, but the ones pretending Michigan didn't cheat, yes, they're 5-star dummy. They're 5-star dummies. Because your eyes look fucked up. Well, I don't give a shit what my eyes look. I have got no interest in dating you, so I could care less what you think about my eyes, to be honest with you. LSU is literally gashing your team right now, clown. Not my team. Who you talking? You're not talking to me. You're not talking to me. I don't know who you're talking to. It ain't me. Gee, Bama boy, you are getting roasted on defense. I wouldn't talk. Yeah, Bama's getting eaten alive. Bama ain't got no defense. Neither one of these teams got any defense.
What is Bama's excuse going to be if they lose to LSU?
Oh, don't worry. They'll come up with one. They'll definitely come up with one. That's the thing. If LSU loses, their fans will just run around and complain that they lost. Bama loses, they'll run around and try to convince everybody they're the best 2-loss team in the history, and they deserve to be in the playoffs, and they beat every single team they don't play and all this shit. Kickoff fielded at the 4, fair catch called and made, so LSU will take over 1st and 10 after that Bama touchdown. Alabama thinking they nice because they're scoring on a trash defense. Yeah, both these defenses are playing pretty bad. I mean, LSU does have a good offense. One of the best offenses in the country, LSU. I mean, they're averaging like 47 points a game. Bama's averaging like 29 points a game. All right, 1st and 10 LSU, all tied up, 28 apiece. 1st and 10 for LSU on their own 25. Jaden Daniels in a shotgun, 3 wide receivers, a tight end, and a running back. Snap, back to throw. Scrambles out to his left. There he's going to take off again. Oh, wow. Big hit at the end, but Jesus, he's juking these Alabama people out of their shoes. These Alabama defensive players, they don't even know which way is up. When Jaden Daniels starts running, it's just over with. Big hit by Dallas Turner at the end, but Jaden Daniels pops right up like he always does. 2nd and 1 for the Corn Dog. 4 wide this time. Handoff. I don't know if he got it. It's close. He needed a yard and might have got half a yard. 2 Bammers out for the game. Well, you got 85 scholarships. It's November. Everybody's got players out. Everybody's got players out. LSU is starting 2 defensive backs who haven't started all year. It's just the way it goes. This is football. 3rd and 1, LSU picks up the ground. Diggs with a gain of 3. Daniels runs through players' legs. Yeah, right up underneath them. Right up underneath them. Lou, what are the chances a ref wins the Heisman? 0. All the refs are terrible this year. No chance at the Heisman for the referees. They're horrible across the board. 1st and 10, Jaden Daniels pass complete out in the flat to the tight end. Gains about 3 yards. That's it. 2nd and 7 coming up for the Corn Dog. Daniels can't hit a wide open receiver. Oh, Daniels can hit a wide open receiver. Mildew can't, says Clot Adams. Eat, chew, review, 5-star dummy question. Milrow for Heisman. What? Jesus Christ. Oh my God. 5-star dummy. 5-star dummy there. Definite 5-star dummy. 2nd and 7. Daniels. Uh-oh. Gets out of trouble again, but they're going to get LSU for holding. Wow. Huge run for Jaden Daniels, but that's going to come back. LSU's going to get caught holding in the backfield. This is going to put LSU in a massive hole. This is going to put LSU in a massive hole here. Because this holding occurred well behind the line of scrimmage. Boy, that's going to put LSU in a massive hole there. High Top Sports. What's up, buddy? Yeah, y'all are down bad, man. Look, Sunbelt Billy's not any good. He's never getting you anywhere close to where you want to go. Fire the athletic director. Hire a new one. Let that athletic director pick Billy Napier's replacement. That's what needs to happen at Florida. Billy Napier's never going to get you anywhere close to where you want to be. 2nd and 17 for Jaden Daniels. Oh, wide open tight end, dropped the ball. Wow, on 2nd and 17, that would have been about a 10 or a 12-yard gain, which would have made it 3rd and reasonable. Instead, it's going to be 3rd and 17, and there ain't that many plays in the playbook for 3rd and 17. There's a lot of give-up plays and handoffs up the middle, and that's about it. Wow. Bad drop there. Needed that one if you're LSU. Needed that one. 3rd and 17. Daniels throws complete, well short of a first down, gains maybe 6 or 7 yards back to the original line of scrimmage. That's it, and it's going to be 4th down. And if you're an LSU fan, you got to cross your fingers and hope Brian Kelly doesn't make some kind of dumb decision here. Okay, he doesn't. He's going to send the punt team out. Okay. That's great news. I can't imagine watching Big Ten or ACC football sleepy and boring. Well, it depends on the game. I mean, there's some Big Ten and some ACC games that are interesting and fun to watch. I mean, did you like watching Mississippi State beat Arkansas 7-3 a couple of weeks ago in the SEC? I mean, every conference has some of those dud games sometimes. Lou, do you think Mildew can tear up UJ's secondary? I don't think Mildew can tear up anybody's secondary. If you can't tear up LSU's secondary, then you can't tear up any secondary at all. ESPN announcers are trash. All announcers are. Everybody thinks all announcers are trash. We know that. And they hate. Don't forget they hate your team too. They also hate your team. 2nd and 3 for Washington. All tied up at 35. First down, Washington. Huge gain. Across the 50. 40. Out of bounds at the 35. Wow. On 2nd and 3, Washington picks up about 25 yards on the ground into Southern Cal territory. This is one of the most electric nights of college football ever, says Nick Hill. Ever? I don't know about that. 2 good games on, though. There are 2 good games on, though. ESPN definitely hates my team, and I'm a Knoll. See? ESPN hates everybody's team, man. Ask anybody. They'll tell you ESPN hates their team. Every announcer hates their team. Fox hates their team. The AP hates their team. The playoff committee hates their team. Referees hate their team. Uncle Lou hates their team. Everybody thinks everybody hates their team. I really hope Bama doesn't lose. Nothing scarier than murder ball with a 2-loss Bama that is favored over all the playoff teams, says Banjo. You know that's what we'll hear if somehow Bama were to lose. Of course that's what we'll hear. 4th and 3, Miami is lined up for a long field goal attempt. Kick is up. And it is no good, wide left. So NC State hangs on to a 4-point lead. NC State 10, Miami 6, 10.5 minutes to go in the third. Washington and Southern Cal tied up 35 apiece, 6:40 to go in the third. Oh, what's up, Mark? Good to see you in here, buddy. Notre Dame drops in the weird back ranking. Yeah, losing to Clemson is going to drop them way down in the weird back ranking. Mildew throws complete on a little 3 or 4 yard hook to Jermaine Burton. Beats his man and gets around the corner for a first down before stepping out of bounds. Coming up on 3.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Alabama with the ball here around their own 45-yard line. All tied up 28 apiece. 1st and 10 Gumps. Mildew in a shotgun. Snap. Hands it off this time. Binky Williams again. Huge gain right up the gut. They picked up 15, 20 yards right up the middle. Alabama offensive line doing work that time. Just a huge hole. Look at that. And then LSU can't tackle on top of that. He dragged an LSU defender at least 6 yards. That's humiliating. Get in the weight room, son. Get in the weight room, LSU, man. You just got drugged. 1st and 10 Gumps. Mildew in a shotgun again. Snap. Handoff again. No, Mildew keeps. Gets around the corner. Picks up 7 yards, 6 or 7 yards. 2nd down coming up for Alabama. Washington now on 3rd and 10 picks up a first down inside the 10 down to the 8. All tied up 35 apiece. Washington trying to take the lead here. 1st and goal from the 8 for the Huskies. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter of that one. Here comes 2nd down for Bama. 4 yards to go for a first down. Mildew back to throw. Gets rid of it. Caught. Breaks a tackle. Inside the 20 all the way down to the 16-yard line. I think that's Isaiah Bond that time for Alabama. Caught a little hook route. Spun to the inside. Defender missed the tackle. Off to the races. Down to the 16. 1st and 10 Alabama. In the red zone now. And Washington all the way down to the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal now from the 1. Michael Penix on a QB sneak. Gets into the end zone, no problem. Washington's going to take the lead. 42-35. Washington now up on Southern Cal. They are going to get to 100 points in that game. Easy. They're definitely going to get to 100 in that game. A minute to go in the third quarter. LSU 28, Alabama 28. Bama's got the ball 2nd and 5 on the LSU 11. Snap. Mildew keeps, wants to run, cuts it up. Touchdown Mildew. And he ran somebody over at the end too. That's Mildew's 4th rushing touchdown. Where's that running been all year, Mildew? Waited till the LSU game to unleash that, huh? Tenor? Is that right? Trenner. Thank you for the super chat, buddy. Strange game, says Devin. LSU has the Sooners defense. Extra point is good. Bama takes the lead. They're up 7. 1:01 to go in the third quarter. Alabama has the exact offense to beat Georgia. Okay. That might be the dumbest comment of all time. I'm not saying Alabama can't beat Georgia, but I don't understand having the offense to beat Georgia. Run back through your head the teams that have beat Georgia in the last 4 or 5 years. They're teams with NFL pocket passing quarterbacks. And teams with NFL wide receivers. Bryce Young, Mac Jones, Kyle Trask, Joe Burrow. Those are the last 4 quarterbacks to beat Georgia. None of those people or none of those teams even come close to resembling this Alabama offense. So I don't understand that comment. Alabama has the exact offense to beat UGA. I don't understand that at all. Remember when Purdue won the Big Ten West last year? I do remember that. And somebody equally as bad is going to win the Big Ten West again this year. Kevin Boudreaux says this is the worst LSU defense I've ever seen. It has been bad this year, that LSU defense. It's been really bad. Hey, that Milroe guy might be the best running back in the SEC. Maybe. Well, Mildew is good tonight. Get over it. Yeah, he's running the ball well, yeah. Yeah, he's running the ball well. Mildew is my favorite QB. All right. 730 people in here. Hit the thumbs up, says Muff Boy. Yeah, hit the thumbs up. 2 great games. Southern Cal and Washington, 1-possession game. LSU, Bama, 1-possession game. NC State, Miami, 1-possession game. We got some good games on. Yeah, I don't know what happened, Marie. I don't know what happened. Alabama's kickoff goes into the end zone for a touchback. So LSU back out on the field, down 7 with about a minute to go in the third quarter. How's that water, my favorite? Uncle, that's sweet tea today. No water. I was drinking water earlier, but sweet tea now. Let's get a 5-star dummy for the trolls out there. There you go. Shout out to all my trolls. 5-star dummy. A handoff for LSU on first down. Picks up 5-6 yards. Miami's got the ball 3rd and 14. They're down 4. Van Dyke throws complete out in the flat to the tight end. He's going to be about 6 yards short of a first down. 4th down coming up for the Canes. 2nd and 3 for LSU. Jaden Daniels in a shotgun. 3 wide receivers, a tight end, and a running back. Looked like LSU jumped. False start. Yeah, false start on LSU. That's going to back them up. So instead of 2nd and 3, 2nd and 8. LSU, come on, guys. Beat Bama because they suck, says Coach Hill. Second and 9 for LSU after that penalty. Last play of the third quarter. Nope, they're not going to get it off. That's it. Into the third quarter. Alabama 35, LSU 28. Fourth quarter coming up. LSU is going to implode, says Mr. Rogers. Lou deserves $100K for sure, but people get butthurt to it. Yeah, I pissed too many people off. Too many thin-skinned people. Too many thin-skinned people. Lou, who do you think steps in for Pop the remainder of the season? C.J. Allen. He played today when Pop went out. LSU took a dance class at halftime to get ready for the second half. This game's going to be 42-42 soon, says Jazz Jackson. These team not beating Georgia in the SEC championship. Yeah, I don't think so either. Some of you Bama fans need to call into Nick's show and tell him he's overpaid. Like the Tyler from Spartanburg or whatever it was in the Clemson show. Trenner says Karen is now the college football Tyler from Spartanburg. If sports was more popular on YouTube, you'd definitely have 100K. Thank you, Admiral. What's up, Dragonius? Should we make a pact for Milrose's last name to Mildew? Careful, Lou. Voltar will ban you for that opinion. Predictions, Lou? Can you be more specific? Like, you just want me to start rattling off random predictions or what? UJ has gotten better as the season goes on. Bama struggles against non-power 5 teams, struggled against the Voltards, says Jarrett Howard. After we three-peat, Lou is going to finally hit 100K. Predictions on the next 5 years? Yeah, come on. Come on. Washington up 7, 42-35 over Southern Cal. About 4 minutes to go in the third. Southern Cal's got the ball on their own 15-yard line. 2nd and 10. Caleb Williams in a shotgun. Caleb Williams back to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Dumps it off short. Complete to the tight end. First down and then some. Huge gain across midfield. He might go all the way. That's the good news. Bad news is he's doing it for nothing. There's a flag way back yonder that smells like holding to me. That one's going to come, I think, all the way back. Carson Beck could run for 100 on Bama. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. He might could throw for 400, but I don't think he could run for 100. Hey, y'all just got home from the Georgia-Missouri game. How about them dogs, says Josh Hobbs. Lou, who has a better chance at a chip in the next 5 years, Texas or Auburn? Texas, come on. Obviously, yes, Texas. Yeah, that big play by Southern Cal is going to come all the way back. Jaden Daniels shotgun throws, intercepted. The ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage, straight up in the air. Bama comes down with it. First mistake of the game, if you can call it that, on a tip pass. But first turnover again. At least I think that's the first turnover, isn't it? Isn't that the first turnover? It's the first one I can remember. Jaden Daniels' ball got batted up in the air at the line of scrimmage, landed in the arms of an Alabama man. And Alabama's going to have a chance to go up by 2 scores here with pretty good field position. I think it was Dallas Turner that batted the ball. Yep. Terry and Arnold intercepted it. Disaster for LSU. Absolute disaster for the corn dog, man. 35-28 is the score. Bama's got the ball. They're up a touchdown. 1st and 10 on the LSU 25-yard line. I think they're going to get Bama for a false start that time. Yeah, false start on Bama that time is going to back them up 5 yards. FSU plays in the ACC, says Jarrett. Yep, that is a fact. They don't want to play. They're trying to get out, though. They can't handle the ACC. They want out of there. 2nd and 14 now for Alabama after that penalty. 14.5 minutes to go in the game. Bama's up 7 with a chance to make it a 2-score game here. Good field position following that LSU turnover. Mildew, jet sweep. Breaks a couple of tackles down to the 20. It's going to be 3rd and about 5 now for Alabama. Even a field goal is going to make it a 2-score game, which feels like a lot in this track meet. Hey, Lou, flip Bama helmet until they beat UGA, please. I'm a gump, by the way. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. LSU just gave the game to Bama, says Julie. We'll see. I mean, I doubt LSU's done scoring, but if they fall down 2 scores, they just can't keep up. Mildew takes off running. He's going to get sacked. Face mask, though. Oh, not a face mask, a horse collar. Horse collar tackle on Harold Perkins. Did Southern Cal just score? Or are they out of bounds? Looks like a touchdown. Probably going to be a touchdown Southern Cal. Yeah, touchdown Southern Cal. This one's going to be tied up. Here comes the extra point to tie it. Extra point is good. Southern Cal 42, Washington 42, and Alabama just scored. So Alabama's going to go up 2 touchdowns. LSU better score on this possession or it's just about over. LSU's going to have to find a way to score on this possession or it's going to be just about over for them. This was anybody watching the Southern Cal game? It was an unbelievable catch by that Southern Cal man. In fact, it looks like he might have got both feet down. Extra point is good for the Gumps. They're going to take a 2-touchdown lead. 42-28 with 13 minutes to go in the game. Man, I worry UJ can score enough on these top teams. Can the defense shut down a top 5 offense? Thoughts? I worry UGA can score enough on these top teams. Can the defense... I don't really know. I can't really make heads or tails of what you're asking there. How about this Bama offense competing with LSU offense? Yeah, well, LSU's defense is terrible. I mean, LSU's given up 40 points to everybody they've played. This is what happens when there is no defense. Of course, you're going to score basketball numbers, yeah. What was your preseason playoff prediction and how accurate is it so far? Georgia, Michigan, Texas, and Southern Cal. So 3 of the 4 are still alive. Southern Cal's not getting in. They already got 2 losses. But my preseason picks were Georgia, Michigan, Texas, Southern Cal. Georgia and Michigan have 0 losses. Texas has 1. Southern Cal has 2. So they're out. Every game you turn to is a commercial. Bro, I've got 3 TVs in here. I watch college football all day, every Saturday. At least once every 10 or 15 minutes, all 3 are on a commercial at the same time. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. This is perfect game film for the good folks in Athens. They'll know mealworm is trash. Mealworm. Alabama set to kick off after taking a 2-touchdown lead over LSU in the fourth quarter, 13 minutes to go. Fair catch called and made it to goal line for LSU. 1st and 10 for the Corn Dogs. If LSU doesn't score here, they're in big trouble. Can UJ stop Ole Miss next week? Yeah, I think Georgia will beat Ole Miss next week. I think Georgia will beat Ole Miss. Then y'all can tell me they're no good. Jaden Daniels back to throw on 1st down, going deep. Intended for Neighbors, pass falls incomplete. Jaden Daniels rocked, and there's a late hit. Well, I don't know if it's a late hit. There's a flag at Jaden Daniels' feet. I'm assuming it's a late hit. Uh-oh. Targeting. Yeah, that's Dallas Turner, too. That's bad news for Bama. He's their best defensive player. Yeah, that's a bad penalty there. That's a big no-no. That's a big no-no there. That's obvious targeting. Let's hope Jaden Daniels is okay, but Dallas Turner's gone for the game for sure. They didn't call targeting? I thought it was targeting. They didn't call targeting, though. They just called late hit, I guess. Jaden Daniels is up and walking off the field, but he looks a little woozy. And in comes Garrett Nussmeier. Now, he can't run around at all. You're not getting that out of him like you do Jaden Daniels. He can throw the ball, but he can't do the running around. Wow, they're not even going to review it for targeting. I'm surprised there. 1st and 10 LSU after that penalty. Nussmeier in the pocket. Throws. Complete. Short gain, 4 or 5 yards. That's about it. And Jaden Daniels comes back in the game. Boy, that is one tough dude there. That is one tough dude there. 2nd and 5 now for the Corn Dog. On their own 45-yard line. False start on LSU. Boy, LSU just shooting themselves in the foot. Put the Oregon State-Colorado game on. Good idea.
Okay, sorry.
Good idea. We'll put that one on over here. Biggest play of the game. Wow, LSU's going to have to waste a timeout here. They couldn't get the play called.
Oregon State and Colorado?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lou, where did corn dog come from? Katy Perry came up with that on College Game Day one day. She said Baton Rouge smelled like corn dogs. Yeah, I thought it was targeting too, but I guess they didn't even review it. Georgia isn't three-peating. Wow. What a shame that somebody doesn't win 3 national titles in a row. That's a pretty strong flex, bro. Ha ha ha. Georgia only won 2 natties in a row. Man. You owned me there. You owned me there, buddy. Austin says, nope, my ass will be in the ambulance. He's tough. He is tough. That hit by Dallas Turner was worse than Shiloh Sanders' hit last week, and he led with the crown of his helmet shaking my head, says Andrew. What about the calls in the UJ Missouri game? It was bad both ways. Refereeing official, it's just bad across the board at every game. These referees are terrible in every single game. I don't think they're for or against any team. They had Georgia-Missouri game. There was terrible calls against Georgia, and there was terrible calls against Missouri. It went both ways. The referees aren't favoring any one team or another. They're just bad at their job, I think. 2nd and 4. Oregon State fumbled, and Colorado jumped on it. No score. 7:43 to go in the first quarter. Oregon State with a turnover here. Colorado jumps on it. Colorado wearing blue uniforms because why not? Who won the rigged wheel today? Sasquatch Man won the rigged wheel. But he got his pick wrong though. He got his pick wrong. So we'll do 3 times the money next week. 2nd and 10 for LSU. Nussmeier back in the game. They took Jaden Daniels back out. Swing pass incomplete. That's strange. They put Jaden Daniels back in for one play, but then they immediately took him right back out. Jaden Daniels is in the Tua tent now. 3rd and 10 for LSU. Garrett Nussmeier in at QB. And Alabama's going to take a timeout. My realistic prediction for next week, Ole Miss 24, UGA 34. I hope I'm wrong, says Michael Sprague. He's an Ole Miss man. Somebody paid for those uniforms. Tua tent is ridiculous. Yeah. I guess UGA will have to end Bama season in Atlanta, says Sir UGA. Guess who Bama's rooting for next week? Guess who Bama's rooting for next week? Georgia. Yeah. You need Ole Miss to lose, and you got to win. The U is losing. Yeah, we were watching that game earlier, but it's kind of boring, so we turned the Colorado-Oregon State game on. Alabama, LSU, and Washington, Southern Cal. What was up with Florida wearing black black today? I don't know. I don't know if there was any type of like reason behind it or not. I know it's the first time they've ever worn those uniforms, but I don't know the reason why. Florida should be ashamed. Yeah, that was a bad loss to Arkansas. Arkansas was winless in the SEC. Hell, even Alabama beat Arkansas 24-21. Oklahoma's ranked 4th in the Big 12 behind Kansas. Wow, that's pretty bad, ain't it? Michael Penix Jr. running for his life. A rare Southern Cal sack there. Wow. Better DVR that. All tied up 42 apiece. 3rd and 10. Nussmeier incomplete, way over the head of Neighbors. LSU is going to have to kick it away, and this game's about over. Kamari Lassiter will be back next week. Kirby said back spasms from celebrating too hard. Honestly, who would be okay after that hit Daniels took? Yeah, that was a pretty vicious hit. I was surprised they put him back in the game even for one play. 4th and 10, LSU is going to go for it on their own 40-yard line with 12 minutes to go. False start on LSU. The center did a fake snap. LSU's crumbling here. They're going to punt now. They probably should have punted the ball anyway. Florida did it for military appreciation and said F the military with that performance. Are you streaming the full Colorado game? No. I've been streaming since 9 o'clock this morning. As soon as I know for sure this Alabama game is over, that's it for today. Better for us to play Alabama than LSU anyway, says Knox Summer. I do think Georgia matches up better with Alabama than they do LSU. I mean, I think Georgia could beat either one of them, but I think they match up better with Bama. Will J.J. McCarthy win the Heisman? I don't think so. But he might. He'll probably be in New York. He'll probably get invited. Too bad we can't beat LSU at their best. Hope Jaden Daniels is okay. Yeah, he's fun to watch. I hope he's okay too. But same thing happened last year. About this same point in the season last year when he got hurt. It was a leg injury last year, if I remember right. He came back and played some towards the end of the year, but then he re-injured it in the SEC championship game. What the worst? Jimbo's coaching, the refs, Colorado coaching, or the future of the Pac-12? Well, the future of the Pac-12, I mean, the Pac-12 is dead, so that's clearly worst. Colorado coaching is interesting. I don't know what the fuck Dion is doing. The best part about Colorado, in my opinion, is their offensive coordinator, Sean Lewis. That guy's amazing. He was the head coach at Kent State, if you don't know. And their offense was unreal. And even when you watch Colorado this year, I mean, yeah, they can't run the ball, but that's because the offensive line is terrible. But they've had a pretty good offense. And Dion basically demoted him. Not really, but he brought in another offensive coordinator this week instead of Sean Lewis. I don't understand that. Wouldn't you fire the defensive people or the offensive line coach? Bring somebody in there. Sean Lewis is probably the best coach on that staff. The thing is, Deion Sanders is not a football coach. I don't know what he is. I don't know what we should title him or call him, but he's not a football coach. I don't really know what he is, but I don't understand that at all. Hey, what's up, Andrew? Oil executives need to go ahead and bankroll that Jimbo buyout. They keep saying they'll do it. I'll believe it when I see it. That's $75 million to pay a coach not to work. I'm going to have to see somebody pay that money before I believe it. I 100% think Jimbo should be fired. No question. Which is why you don't give coaches 10-year contracts. I think that's insane. But they did. But I'm going to have to see somebody pay that $75 million before I believe it. Sorry for struggling with Jacksonville State, Lou. Well, at least y'all won in the end. Mildew keeps on 2nd and 6, gains about 2. 3rd and 4 coming up for Alabama. This game is over, says Green with envy. Third and 3 coming up for Bama. LSU desperately needs the ball back. Washington has kicked a field goal to go up by 3 over Southern Cal with 11.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Washington 45, Southern Cal 42. Pass complete to Jermaine Burton on 3rd and 3, picks up a first down. Keeps the drive alive. Coming up on 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter now. Bama game over? Yeah, especially if they score here. I bet you're tired, Uncle Lou. I'm not going to lie, I'm more. Guess what time I got up this morning? You know what time I got up this morning? 4:30. 4:30 this morning. And I've been standing right here since about 9 o'clock this morning. Second and 8 coming up for Alabama. Can you explain where the name Corn Dogs came from? Katy Perry was a guest on College Game Day one day, and she said Baton Rouge smelled like corn dogs. And ever since then, people started calling LSU the Corn Dogs. I didn't make it up. Coach Prime is basically Jackie Moon from that Will Ferrell movie, Semi-Pro. Doesn't care about developing players, just wants to put on a show. There's a lot of truth to that. Alabama on the ground on 2nd and 8. Jace McClellan picks up about 3 yards. 3rd and 5 coming up now for Alabama. Lou, did you come up with South Carolina Shamecocks? I don't think so. I don't really think I came up with any of the nicknames. Like Clemson, the Clemson Taters. People have been calling them the Taters forever. Or like calling Alabama the Gumps. That's been going on ever since the Forrest Gump movie came out. Now I'm the one that started calling Tennessee the Hilljacks. I did start that. I am the one. Now, the term Hilljack has been used to describe people for a long time, but I'm the only person I know that started calling the Tennessee Vols the Hilljacks. Juice Man says, thanks for staying up, Lou. Yeah, man. I mean, I figure I'm gonna watch these games anyway. I might as well watch them with y'all every Saturday. And to be honest with you, like, I know I've been complaining about, like, the last 10 minutes I've been complaining about standing up all day, but to be honest with you, I don't get nearly enough exercise during the week. Most of the week, like 10 hours a day during the week, I'm sitting in this chair doing something right here. That's not good. I don't get nearly enough exercise. So, like, pacing around this room for 9 or 10 hours every Saturday is about the best exercise I get. Southern Cal touchdown, but there's a flag down, and I think it's in the area of holding. So we'll see if this comes back or what. Washington's up 3. That would give Southern Cal the lead, but that flag is in the area of holding. 3rd and 5 for Bama on their own 47-yard line. Mildew's in a shotgun. Bleeding the clock down is what they're doing here. Now they're ready. Snap, back to throw. Mildew takes off running, picks up the first down. Needed 5, gained 8, 1st and 10 Alabama. Yeah, they're going to get Southern Cal for holding on that touchdown, so that's going to come back. 3rd and 13 now for Southern Cal. First and 10 for Bama. Handoff to Jace McClellan. Not a lot of room. Gains a yard or 2 maybe. Coming up on 7.5 minutes to go, though. LSU just running out of time. Alabama scores here. It's over. Does Lou have NIL deals? Well, no. No. I mean, they're not called. Well, I guess technically they are NIL deals. I've got sponsorship deals and things like that, but. Luke and UJ take Bama in Atlanta. Yeah, I think Georgia's better than both of these teams. 2nd and 6. McClellan on the ground. Another first down for Bama. Bama just chewing up clock now with all these first downs. Who's got a worse defense, Southern Cal or LSU? I'd probably go with Southern Cal. I'd probably go with Southern Cal. Dion just wants to coach his kids. I think he'll be done when they graduate. Yeah, I think a lot of people share that opinion. David Sullivan, thank you for the super chat, buddy. I appreciate you helping to support the stream today. Good to see you in here. Well, that didn't work for Southern Cal. They turned the ball over. Washington gets the ball back up 3. It's already, what does it say? It's over already. LSU heart is gone, says Keyshawn. Saban never used to smile during games, says Neo. Georgia plays to Alabama's strength. I don't even know what that means. Second and 7. Alabama keeps it on the ground, gains 3 yards. It's going to be 3rd and about 4 coming up for Alabama. 5.5 minutes to go in the game now. Georgia looks like the number 1 team to me, says X-Wing. Probably going to keep Ohio State at number 1. They ended up beating Rutgers today. What do you think about that awful decision Kansas State made that cost him the game? Well, we don't know if it cost them the game. I mean, they would have had to have made the field goal, and then even if they made it, that just means we were going to the second overtime. So you can't say for sure it cost them the game, but it was a terrible decision. They should have kicked the field goal and went to the second overtime, I think. How far do you think Bama moves up? Well, they'll move ahead of Oklahoma. I don't know where's Bama ranked in the other polls? 8. I had Bama at 9. They'll move up at least 1. They'll move up at least 1. They might. I don't see them moving ahead of Texas. I mean, Texas has 1 loss, Bama has 1 loss, and Texas beat Bama. So they're probably. I don't know. I don't know what my ranking. They'll move up 1. I don't know about the playoff. I'd have to pull up the playoff ranking and look at it. I don't know. But I had Oregon, Oklahoma, Texas, Alabama. Oklahoma lost, so that automatically moves Alabama up 1. I can't move Alabama ahead of Texas because they each have 1 loss and Texas beat Bama. So I'll keep Texas ahead of Bama. Bama's not jumping Oregon. Bama's not jumping Michigan, Washington, Georgia, Florida State, or Ohio State. So they'll probably be, I don't know, I'd have them at 8 still. Doesn't the playoff ranking have them ahead of Texas, though, or no? I don't know, or really care. Glad my Buckeyes survived this week. A dub and nachos, all that matter. I do think Mizzou fought a bit. Yeah, they tried hard. Everybody tries hard when they play. Everybody wants to be the team to beat Georgia. Somebody's going to do it. I mean, eventually Georgia's going to lose a game. I still think they're going 11-1. So maybe they lose to Ole Miss, maybe they lose to Tennessee. I don't know. I still feel like Georgia's going 11-1. I think Georgia's going to go 11-1 and then win the SEC title at 12-1 and get in the playoffs. 1st and 10 for Washington, and they are a huge gain on the ground. I'm talking a 65-yard run down the sideline before they were pushed out of bounds. Texas just played their hardest game left on the schedule. Well, they still got to play on Iowa State, and I think it's on the road, too, at Iowa State. But Texas and Iowa State are tied for first place, and Oklahoma State. Texas, Oklahoma State, and Iowa State are tied for first place. Iowa State won today, right? Texas has 1 conference loss. Oklahoma State has 1 conference loss, and Iowa State has 1 conference loss. Oh, Iowa State lost? Damn. Poverty. All right, well, Texas and Oklahoma State are tied with 1 loss. So, yeah, Texas probably going to win out. Iowa State's the only tough game left, and they'll probably beat Iowa State. Mark my words, Lou, if Brock Bowers plays in the UJ Tennessee game, we will break his leg in half. I'm not joking. You've been warned. You speak for Tennessee's defense, huh? Jesus Christ. Thank you for the $5, Hilljack. Alabama just missed another field goal. Uh-oh. LSU fans sitting around going, okay, if we score real quick, get the ball back, somehow stop Bama, get the ball back again, score again, that'll tie it up. LSU fans are down bad. Down real bad. Fire Kelly. What? You gotta be out of your mind. Fire Brian Kelly. 1st and 10 for LSU on their own 26. Empty backfield, 5 wide. Nussmeier in at quarterback. Jaden Daniels out hurt. Nussmeier throws complete across the 50 to the 47-yard line. Pushed out of bounds there. Neighbors with the catch. Coming up on 4 minutes to go. LSU down 2 touchdowns, 42-28. Nussmeier throws, complete to Neighbors again. Short gain this time, only about 5 or 6 yards. Clock keeps running. 3:50 to go now. 2nd and 5, LSU. Down 2 scores. Last chance for LSU here. They need a touchdown and an onside kick. Pass complete. LSU gets out of bounds around the 30-yard line. Brandon Wyatt, what's up, buddy? He says, couldn't hang out with everyone on today's stream as I was at a German teacher conference, but I'm sure no one mistreated Uncle Lou. Well, come on. There's always at least a little bit of mistreatment. There's always at least a little bit of mistreatment. Thanks, Brandon, for the super chat, buddy. I appreciate that. LSU versus Bama and Washington versus USC are box office games living up to the hype, says Dre. Yeah, this Southern Cal-Washington game looks like it's going to go down to the wire. LSU fans are free to tell Bama fans that they would have won the game if Jaden Daniels didn't get hurt. You can definitely tell Bama fans that. Bama fans do believe that if your best player gets hurt during a game, the loss doesn't count. So LSU fans can definitely troll Bama fans on that. Brock Bowers had a bad mistake today. His blindside block wiped out his long interception return to inside the 10-yard line. Yeah, Brock Bowers had an interception and an illegal block on the same play. Tennessee fans, listen good. Hear that? That's the same sound you're going to hear after Georgia stomps your butt, says Chris Kaysen. 3rd and 8 for LSU. Nussmeier throws it to no man's land, incomplete. 4th and 8 coming up for the Corn Dog. 2.5 minutes to go. Last chance for LSU here. Bama's defense is the best in the SEC, hands down. Yeah, that's just not true. They're like the 17th ranked defense in the country. Georgia's top 10 in every category known to man, but that's an interesting story, though. It's a real interesting story. Does anyone know who will replace Dumas Johnson? C.J. Allen, same guy that replaced him today. C.J. Allen's been the 3rd linebacker all year. 4th and 8. Nussmeier throws. Dropped. Incomplete pass on 4th down leads to a turnover on downs. Probably should have been caught. Neighbors just dropped it. Neighbors just dropped it. Turn the ball over on downs, and Alabama's going to win this one. Washington up 3 with 3.5 minutes to go, and they have the ball. All right, everybody, I'm going to get out of here. Congratulations to the Bama fans. Big win for them over their rival, LSU. Alabama moves to 8-1. Are they 8-1, Bama? LSU 6-3, right? Yeah, 6-3. All right, so LSU fans, you've got till tomorrow afternoon to figure out all the weird ways you think a 3-loss team is making the playoffs so that you can type to me about it for the next 6 weeks, which I'm really looking forward to reading. Washington is about to score again, which is pretty much going to put that game away. Yeah. All right, everybody. Your season is over video will be out sometime tomorrow, probably late tomorrow. It takes me forever to make that video. But it'll be out sometime tomorrow. Make sure you check it out. I had a good time watching the games with you guys today, and we will do it again. Next Saturday. Have a good morning.